It feels so good to be back. I'm never going to complain about my air conditioning again. I'm never going to be like, it's too cold. No, never, ever again. All right. There's a lot to cover. I don't know how much we're going to get through, but we'll try to get through as much as possible. Welcome to Feral Friday, you guys.
My name is Heather Coco Sensa Coco Chanel YSL Mrs. Smith. Where is Dylan? Inmate Y12173. Putting on makeup, ticket stack. Says she's working, never that. Working is just not my jam. Rainbow mom with a master plan. Cadillac CTS, she blew up. Says it's stolen, sold for bucks. Team had to go crazy in her eyes. Calls a gang stalking nationwide. Tesla glare, headlights blink. Come in me, plate stalking is what she thinks. United States of Illinois. Crazy making curated lies. Stealing all of my stuff, spies. Fake eviction notice, surprise. United States of Illinois. Remo mom, cyborg mind, nefarious. The voices amplify.
Shout out to Alyssa and her mom.
Twins gone fast, text the boss. Sent the pic, that job was lost. Pregnant again in Chicago snow. Tinted Belmont toilet, no. I'm being tech box, can't you see? Held in a tent, conspiracy. Yacht club power extension cord. Hair dryer heat, fuck the law. They stole my kid. She screams online. A newborn in a tent. She's out of her mind. United States of Illinois. Healthcare expert beyond compare. Turkey mini loaf aroma in the air. They won't let me talk to my kids unfair. United States of Illinois. Butter filters and ear tube mic noise. Look alive, investors hear my voice. Make it make sense, paranoid. Savior making faces at the cam. Gold pumps on, thinks he's glam.
Where is Xavier?
Eyebrows gone, that smile's a shame. Tight pants cutting off blood to the brain. Dresses like a lady, struts real proud. Thinks it's sweet made weed legal, what a clown. Doppelganger X, which one's real? Xavier's got a button, what's the deal? What is going on in his head?
Shout out to Dolly Parton.
¿Cómo es en este pinche mundo que una mujer está llorando, gritando, llamando a la pinche policía y nunca vienen? Pero cuando está raining outside, tengo mucho frío, no tengo fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. Arrested, screaming, losing her shit. Don't take my mom bracelets, legit. Botox attack, half her face. They broke in and injected meat case. Pooping in her toilet again. Files police reports to the end. Feel like the kid's name scrambled tight. None of them is shit, she's not too bright. Says they remotely make her piss in her car. Excuse me, miss. United States of Illinois. I wanna file charges on everybody. Where are my sponsors? Somebody. United States of Illinois. Pancakes and duster. It's a turn up.
All right. Hello, guys. I'm back. I'm back from my vacation. What a crazy time. I don't think I've been gone that long since January of 2025. I think we're in 2026 now, right? Do you know that? I thought it was 2027 yesterday or the day before. I don't even know where I got that from. I don't know why I thought that, but I'm glad that I don't think that now anymore because we're in 2026, I'm pretty sure. But hey, Davis says, thank you for being a member for 21 months. A good little angel, I appreciate you. Okay, so this is I haven't seen anything really from this week, just bits and pieces while I was putting this together and getting out as much dead air as I could catch, while my video editor wanted to cooperate, which was few and far in between. So let's see what she's been up to.
Listen, If I am not making a full income by the end of this summer, I am going to sue the United States of America if I'm not making $4,000 a month by August 31st. I am filing a lawsuit against the United States of America. Yeah.
At Tessa7X1993 is a good little angel and donated $2. I was in Steve withdrawal.
Aw, thank you, Tess. Thank you for the 2. Don't worry, I'm back now. Here, let me, what one is it? What one do I have on? This can't be highlights. All alerts. Okay, now it needs to be Heather alerts. Perfect. Bonnie, thank you for gifting 10 memberships as well. I appreciate you. All right, so was Heather. When I left, she decided to become a private chauffeur, which she did not have a license for. And that's all I know about this. Let's see what happened here. This is what she posted, though. I think it's going to do the AI voice. I could probably just read this. I'm currently accepting private driving clients for airport runs to and from the following airports: Chicago Executive Airport, Wheeling, Illinois, Signature Aviation PWK, Chicago Executive, Wheeling, Illinois. Please inquire via email at hsmithwins@gmail.com. Heather Smith? You're not with Dylan anymore. What the fuck did she use that email for?
I was born dead, bitch. Literally. I was born having already had a bowel movement in my mother's amniotic fucking sac. And I swallowed, took a deep breath of amniotic fluid and shit. And somehow, here the fuck I am 36 years later. Bitch, I cannot die. I was born dead. Born dead. There is no killing me.
At TH3 Dreadpiraterob super chatted $5. Welcome back, bro.
Aw, thank you, Rob. I appreciate you. Also, thank you. Someone sent one of them purple gifts. And I don't know what it was. I saw it up there. Maybe I already said thank you for that. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys. I was reading this silly stuff with heathersmithwins@gmail.com. For rides to O'Hare and Midway airports, please allow at least 12 hours notice. Flat rate for Midway and O'Hare is $60 from downtown area. I don't know if that's a good rate or not. Probably not. I just got across the whole city for like $15. It was going to be $25, but I got it for $15 on Lyft. This is not a sponsor, but it wasn't that bad. They sent me a deaf guy, so I didn't have to make small talk. That's pretty cool. If all the drivers for Lyft are deaf, I like that. I like that business model. Anyways, $60 from the downtown area. This area includes neighborhoods such as, let's go a little bit here. Such as what? Oh God. The Loop, River North, Streeterville, New East Side, South Loop, West Loop, Printers Row. For last minute rides, please contact me via email and assess an additional $50. And assess. Is that the right terminology? Convenience fee. Discounted / multi-ride plans are available for regular customers. Please note, I am able to accommodate 2 passengers only. Thank you.
On her Facebook.
Hold on. So this is Local Coco's video going over the licensing stuff that Heather probably most definitely doesn't have.
On what Heather posted on her Facebook. You can go back and look at it and find it.
So that's what we just read right there.
Heather has now announced that she's a personal chauffeur. So it got me thinking, like, can you do that without any licensing in Chicago?
No, you can't.
Xavier and I, moving forward, will only be taking training advice from Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. I need Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Come on down. Here's the handoff.
At DBoz super chatted $5. Hi Steve and glass waving hand medium skin tone purple heart. I missed you all purple heart purple heart.
Oh, thank you, Lady Boss. I miss you guys too. Thank you for the 5.
Personal driver requirements in Chicago. Chicago public chauffeur license. She needs to have a license for this. You must have a public chauffeur license issued by the city of Chicago. This is required for limo or black car service, private chauffeur work, any for hire passenger driving. Does anybody think that she's done this yet?
No.
Basic qualifications: a valid Illinois driver's license, typically have to be older than 21, clean driving record, no serious violations. I don't know if her 5,000 tickets count as serious violations.
But she fled the police. Remember when she fled the police that one time when she was supposed to be pulling over? Betty Davis, I was thinking for this fancy island.
Let me see what these pieces of shit are saying. Fucking pieces of shit.
Feeling better now that you destroyed my time?
This was a fun night.
I just stand here like this? Would that make you feel better?
Save that shit for Dr. Gable, you fucking bitches.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $2. This is so illegal. So good to see you all. 2 hearts.
Cindy Lou, thank you. Thank you for the 2, Cindy Lou. Hey, that rhymes.
Not, but maybe a quantity should mean something. Pass a background check through the Chicago PD. Uh-oh. Pass a medical exam. Uh-oh. Or maybe she'll be okay because it's not a psychological exam. Complete chauffeur training course. Haven't heard anything about that.
But law enforcement, keep making me the bad guy in your story. Or is law enforcement back on my side now? Who knows who's playing for who? Can we get some jerseys in this bitch?
At Jared_based super chatted $5. Is she going to find her next husband and be whisked away to paradise? Or is she going to get that gas station job? Or is the tent getting set up, tent cloud with rain?
Is she getting a gas station job? I don't know what the other job she said she had an orientation for that I assumed didn't work well, just based off of the word on the street about what she's been saying on these live streams. I know a gas station. Could she do a gas station job? I don't know. She might think it's nefarious or like argue about the prices or something of gas. I don't know. But a lot of people, they just pay at the pump. They won't even need to talk to Heather. I still think she would fuck it up somehow, though. I don't know why. And Danielle, thank you for the phone heart.
Pass a written exam on city rules, passenger safety, and professional conduct. She really could take that class. She really needs it, but I don't think she's done it. You'll also get a physical license, a hard card you must carry while working. Vehicle requirements. If you're running your own private chauffeur business, your vehicle must be licensed as a livery car vehicle, not just a personal car. Look, I know how things are supposed to sound in my head, but I can't get my mouth to say it.
Listen.
That's okay.
I'm 5'9" on my flat foot, which is the correct height to be a fashion model, not a fucking victim. No, that girl is probably 5'5" or 5'6" at best.
At Ryan Ambrose Q super chatted $9.99. Shout out to Sherlock Loco Coco Holmes for never letting her foot off the gas. Victory hand medium skin tone light blue heart.
Thank you, Ryan, for the 10. Yes, you guys got to sub to Local Coco. I link her in all of the videos in the description, so you can go find her. And yeah, because if it wasn't for her, I would have missed 3 or 4 streams this week that Heather took down, especially the spicy one, the one with the live collar.
This is me fucking making pie out of caca, and everybody loves it.
At Kathy-Hall super chatted $5. Just want to say welcome back. Smiling face with open hands, smiling face with open hands, smiling face with open hands, smiling face with open hands.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 5.
Required. City of Chicago vehicle license. Yes, that word's in it again, but again, I hear it in my head, can't get my mouth to say it. Commercial insurance.
I think it's livery, but I'm not sure. Because I don't know what that word means. This is the first time I've ever seen this word in my life. Unless it's like, what's that French word? There's some French word like that.
All he has to do is get into the goddamn car so that we can go driving around waiting for orders.
At Jessica Framedrager super chatted $2. ATTN, Steve's vacay may cause stream withdrawals, tears of joy.
Thank you, Jessica Framedrager. Thank you for that too. Was I having withdrawals? I was having withdrawals from you guys, but not like Heather and James and all that. It was nice to get away from them. It was just like, just the lake. I actually got burned on my face, but it looks like it's better now. I don't think we can tell, but I was like, oh my god, I look weird. But I don't know, I look weird anyways.
higher coverage than personal.
Is livery or like delivery or delivery?
Special.
Like livery without the D.
There's that word again. License plates. And the vehicle.
Because she's delivering people.
Must.
Like how she remember she said, "I deliver food and people," which sounded weird.
Safety standards. Business requirements. Running your own company. To operate legally as your own chauffeur business, you need business registration, City of Chicago business license, possibly a public passenger vehicle license tied to your car, pay city taxes, fees like ground transportation tax. Dude, I know she didn't even pay taxes on what she made last year on Uber. Or we would have heard her bitching how much she had to pay, and now she owes taxes. She didn't do her taxes because she doesn't want to have to owe taxes. Great businesswoman.
Yeah, this is the lady that called onto Heather's live.
Our Heather is. Important reality check. Chicago is strict and heavily regulated. You cannot legally operate under the radar. Fines and vehicle impound are possible without proper licensing.
I mean, I think she's gonna get her car taken away anyways, because she's not paying anything.
Hey!
So...
Do you guys remember when I first started creating content before I had any live wires running through my fucking anatomy? Remember that? Who remembers me when I was a regular girl? That guy just raised his hand. He remembers. He looks like Rizzo.
At Theham super chatted $1.99.
Thank you, Jax. I appreciate you. I don't know why Ashley says your name like that. Says it like a crazy person.
Oh, what do you know? Heather's just gonna try to screw.
I also seen, I can't remember if the local Coco or someone else, I think I put it in here, I might not have, that she has like, it's up for seizure anyways. Like she has so many tickets that her car's up for seizure or something. I remember glancing at that. I can't remember where I saw it now. Because it took a lot to put this together because there's a crazy person and she streams all these times and then she deletes some things and I gotta be like, wait a second, which ones? Where does this go? Jared, thank you for gifting 10 memberships.
Herself even more.
Which is another reason I appreciate Loco Coco, because like if she didn't number the streams, I would have been like, I don't know what the fuck is happening here.
I can see Heather getting herself screwed even more with this little business venture. But hey, that's Heather, right? Never does anything properly the way that she's supposed to. It's great.
She thinks she's above that.
She's trying to find ways to work and earn an income.
Or maybe not above it. I think she just like has this idea in her head of how everything works. She just thinks it's common sense, but Heather's common sense is like crazy, so it doesn't work like that. And she just does whatever she wants. So she probably never even looked into it. Rosie, thank you for the floating heart.
When they can't get me to die with the lies that Dylan tells, since Dylan got home, bunch of content today saying Dylan.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $5. She will never do all of this shit to be legal. But Chicago is a bust on regulating laws. It's a fucking disaster here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I imagine there's probably bigger things on the cops' plate than Heather Gillespie chauffeuring people around, unless she does something crazy to them. But she'll probably just talk their ear off about nonsense. Thank you for the 5.
She's not doing it the proper way, which will only end up screwing her worse in the end. I mean, why don't you just go out and get a job, Heather? A 9-to-5 income. I know at one point you said something about them garnishing your wages, so are you afraid of that? If you're afraid your so-called stalkers are going to stalk you at work, don't tell anybody where you work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You claimed, oh, everybody just found you at Spin, and you didn't tell anybody.
No, she was making, I remember her making posts about it. I mean, I remember saying that was silly. But I also remember her being able to work there. I don't even know if anything happened. She was going on about some barcode or something. She said this people were putting up barcode QR codes that linked to something about her, maybe by her work. I don't know. But she worked there for a while. And then she even told us the other day the reason why she left, because they wouldn't make her the director of sales, the lead director of sales or something, because the regional manager, the general manager, had it out for her, and she was a bitch. Is this her live? Oh my god, hold on. Oh no, she's a post. What did she post? Probably nonsense. Just a picture of the sky. So Heather Gillespie posted just now. She scared me. Oh no.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You told the whole world and then wondered how they found you. Sorry for all the background noise. I'm trying to enjoy the outdoors while it's not 105 degrees.
Yeah, it's been hot. Well, I mean, I never know it's hot. It's so nice in my place. And it's big. I didn't know my place is so big. I don't know. This is alright. This place is alright. The cottage was nice, but my mom's place is small and an apartment and like hot and just crazy. It's loud and I don't know. I couldn't think. I couldn't even think there, dude.
Hi, you guys.
That's a thank you for being a member. Good Little Angel for over 2 years, 26 months. Okay, so this is I think this stream's actually an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know what she does since she vacuums. I don't know. Vacuuming. Whoops, that's not what I want. Open. Is that all the sound? I kept sound in. Oh, she walks away. This isn't everything she does, is it? Hey.
And is not for sale was just like my Instagram, where I was giving day by day updates of the period of time where they were keeping us in a tent while I was pregnant with Weston, and throughout the period.
It says curate this ultimate privileges. I don't know if you can see that. And the caption is curate this. I don't know, I'm too lazy to pull it up on the screen. I hope she doesn't go live. We need to get through a lot of this, so you can't go live right now.
Of 2020 through 2024, prior to meeting Xavier and
Maria, thank you for being a member for 30 months.
Years after meeting him, I had one Instagram. The first year it was one Heather GEE. That Instagram is still up. I believe it has a little over 17,000 followers, which to me literally means nothing other than my content will get reach. People know about what's going on, under the understanding and assumption that it's true that people know what's going on, because it's been 6 years of me giving these updates and documentations. And there have been so many unlawful occurrences of abuse and separation from my children, and inaccurate, inconsistent communications between myself and the rest of my social group and social structure. What I perceive to be intermittent or daily or weekly changes in the authority from space to space. It's a little concerning that I'm on Instagram either 4 or 5 since 2020, not because I chose to stop documenting on one of them, but because someone external to me has entered my account, my phone, my what have you, and blocked me from access. The first Instagram that I was blocked from access, the one Heather GEE, that one is still up. You can look at that one. Also, there's a Merciful Storm.
I feel like she said this today on the stream she did today, almost verbatim. Are we on the right video? Yeah, no, yeah. What the fuck, dude?
Instagram account with 3,000 or 4,000. I made both of those in 2020 when I was documenting all of the occurrences of stalking, being followed around the country, the bludgeoning, all of those things that took place. And the attempts I made at contacting human rights advocate groups starting with, domestic violence and not ending there. I went through the National Human Sex Trafficking Hotline to report that I had found myself in a situation where I was in a relationship with my ex, Dylan, who, for reasons of his own, whether advertently or inadvertently,
I heard that was pretty fun, her pretending to be a secret shopper.
Walked me into a set of circumstances that I was destroyed emotionally by and soulfully by and mentally by. And it took me...
It's just giving us the lay of the land, I guess, in case you're new here.
Months and years, and to this day, it's not a sit down for 3 weeks and repair yourself. It's a every single day move a few inches closer to the old version of yourself. And once you reach ground zero, keep going. And I reached ground zero long ago, and then it was communicated to me that there would be an external effort to, quote, regress me, that I've also reported here and in many other places. So I didn't receive any follow-up from any of those agencies that I contacted in 2020.
I don't know where it is. I don't know how far we're going to get through it. So I can't say for sure. But either today or tomorrow.
When I would call the FBI and law enforcement, I would have reason to believe that either my calls were not getting through to the correct departments or persons, or that those calls were being inaccurately communicated or documented. I also went above and beyond to document all of this with my doctor's office and several other independent healthcare teams with very little success.
Is that when they said that you have paranoid personality disorder? And you said, no, you guys are crazy doctors.
Yes, when I was taken into the hospital after being bludgeoned, the primary diagnosis used for billing was psychiatric emergency. There was no psychiatric emergency. I was in my vehicle.
Yeah, I think they held her there because she was acting pretty erratic. But she did get bludgeoned, yeah.
Car wash, much like this one. And I was afraid. I had been being kept out of the housing market for many months. I was sleeping in the backseat of my car. I have more qualifications than are necessary to get most and all jobs. And I ended up, accepting. I met a person outside of the gym who also had no way and was communicating to me in a very articulate, normal, respectful manner with no signs of malice.
Two homeless tweakers, and Heather's like, hey, come live in my car with me, even though I don't know you or anything. And then decided to do it again with Xavier. What could go wrong?
I thought it would be a good idea to form
qualifications
partnership and allow that person to...
Is that how she says it?
...sit in my car while I slept so that he could kind of watch my back, sleeping alone, even in the parking lot of Walmarts or truck stops or wherever I could find.
Well, I wasn't a good person to pick because I was the one who beat you with the tire iron, dude.
My belongings would be taken from me. I would wake up and there would be windows open that had been closed, change taken, other belongings taken, things left. People were putting bracelets on my arm, taking my socks off my feet while sleeping in my vehicle.
There's no way that she could just be doing that herself.
Sleeping in hotel rooms, while sleeping in a number of different locations, which is why for me, it's always been, no questions asked. Stability, a house, an apartment needs to be the only option. There is no option for a safe life being rotated through no living situation or being forced into, you have no house to sleep in, go find a bush and take a nap. There is no safety. There is no happiness. There is no reason for that. And
it's a lot to do with socks a lot of the time. I don't know what's up with the socks. You making fucking sandwiches. What does even socks, Heather?
Created a number of times solutions for all of those things. Now, in 2020, when all of that was going on, and I let that person be in my car so we could be kind of a partnership, you sleep, I sleep, I was still applying daily. I was still going to the gym.
Xavier! Expedite the process! Xavier, hurry up! Hurry up! Here's Norman! Xavier!
At Snarky Like Your Mum super chatted $4.99. I hate when I let random men sleep in my car and they end up being crazy.
It's a pretty bad thing. Thank you for the 5, Snarky. Appreciate you.
Daily. And I was going to different gyms because if I spent too much time at one gym, a group of individuals would show up there and start to bully me.
You mean you were just being crazy around people and they were asking you maybe to stop filming or stop threatening with knives and shit? Remember her at the gym? At the apartment building? She was crazy there. People would just be working out and she'd be like, I want all these people exterminated. Get my team in here. Blah, 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 blah. Are you sure you weren't just being a bitch and people were like telling you to fuck off? I could see that being the case.
And
bullying you.
In ways that were scary for me. I don't have a gun. I don't know how to use one. I don't have a knife.
You do have a knife.
Don't know how to use one. I would never.
Fuck. I didn't know that was going to be in here. Else I would have got the clip. I'll find it somewhere.
Someone with a tire iron. I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the. Some people, I wasn't raised to have those, skills. So I never even considered it to be a threat. I went to sleep. He didn't do anything to me. He didn't take anything from me. We went to the car wash. I started a load of laundry and he started demanding things from me that I take him somewhere very far. I believe it was Geneva or St. Charles. And I said, I don't have a way to do that. I have very little money coming in. I was only driving DoorDash part-time at that time. It was 2020. I said, that's going to be a lot, on my system. He chipped in about $17 and I gave him a bunch of snacks and food that I had purchased at that time with a card that I had that had funding on it. And I said, I don't have, if I do that, the gas is going to be on E by the time I get there. I said, why don't I give you $5 back from the gas money and you could take the Metro, get a round trip ticket or however that works. And I will pick you back up here. He wanted to go get clothing, I think, from a family member. And he said, no, fuck you, bitch, and grabbed the tire iron from my back seat and gestured at me. And I ran. I got out of the car and tried to run and he chased me and he caught up with me quickly and physically assaulted me violently in the parking lot of that car wash. And all of that was on camera. An ambulance came and took me to the hospital where they diagnosed my hospitalization as a psychiatric emergency rather than what it actually was. I had 3 to 6 staples. I don't recall how many in the back of my head. I had a big bludgeon on this side. And since then I've been bludgeoned again, as you can see.
Yeah, what happened there? You're never very clear about that. She said Xavier flipped her over his shoulder. That's not good. Xavier did that, so you should probably just get away from these people. No. That's the video I was looking for last week. That's not the one I want today, though. Xavier back in the day before he was... Where he's still crazy, but just a little less crazy. I can't find the knife video. Can't find the gym knife video that I want to show you guys. Maybe I'll find it some other time. I gotta keep things moving along, though. I can't remember the other thing I was gonna say now.
So I have gone through...
Oh, you also were yelling at the hospital staff and the cops, and you wouldn't identify the person because they brought the laptop in for her to identify the person. And then it wouldn't work or something, and they couldn't look at it because of COVID or something. They had to keep social distancing. I don't fucking know. Anyways, they told her to come back to the police station and she refused to. So she's about to get angry that they didn't do anything or something, which I think they did do. But like, they just stopped talking to Heather about it because she was being uncooperative with the police. Life kind of went on. I don't know.
Situations, and the healthcare system, despite my best efforts, has not done a very accurate job so far at keeping record. And so I continue to make my own FTRs, write emails.
I know Jay Today has it, but when I'm searching knife or gym, nothing's popping up for Heather. She's a lot of Heather Gillespie videos. I'll find it eventually somewhere.
Third-party resources for assistance. Every time it's been deemed that there is solution, resolution, and peace from these circumstances, it seems like it's just a matter of time until there's some shift in maybe perceived power, control, or goal that causes me to be subjected to more undesirable circumstances. And I am looking for desirable, productive circumstances. So I have continued throughout this time to see the same physician for over 10 years. I have continued to use all of the people who know me that I'm able to access in an effort to document through the court system and every other system that I've had contact with.
Mama Bear has it? I heard Mama Bear was talking shit about me, but I didn't really inquire further because I don't really care. But I found that interesting, so I just won't use her clips if she's like mad at me for something, which is odd. But I know I have it somewhere else. I have like just a hard copy of it, but I don't have my 6 terabyte drive. It's back at my mom's place. Everything will be fixed. Well, not fixed, but I'll have everything back here tomorrow. So I'll find it. I'll find it somewhere.
Clear as I am able, as truthful as I am able, exactly what has been going on. Now, that one Heather GEE account shows everywhere I went, what state I was in, at what time.
Yeah, no, I've always been cool with Mama Bear, but like some people were saying in chat the other day, but I didn't see it at the time. I saw it after, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So, I don't know.
Or geotags for postings, etc., and so forth. The second account I created after that account was created when that account was frozen. And that happened when I was staying in Humboldt Park at a person's home who I had not spoken with in probably 3 or 4 years, but just so happened to fall into that group of individuals that the detective David Shepard, who was extorting me, asked me to stay around. I had not heard from that individual. I had contact regularly with my family on holidays and birthdays, the same as I always had. I had communicated with my children, their fathers, their family members. That was my normal group.
I haven't either. I don't know. That's what other people were saying. There's people, I can't remember who said it. Someone said it in chat.
Some reason I was taken from that group, and the only messages I would be permitted to receive incoming would be from these individuals that David Shepard in 2016 had asked me to stay around, had extorted me and said, if you don't stay around these people, I will come to your home with the DCFS and steal your children.
For nothing, just for nothing. You have to go do illegal things, Heather, which would probably result in your kids being taken. Otherwise, if you're a perfectly fine mother, why the hell, how could they take your kids? How would that even work? That doesn't really make sense, does it? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, still no Heather Gillespie.
I was terrified, and so I was doing whatever he asked of me to make sure that I did not have any sort of harm come upon my children. In that understanding that I hadn't communicated with those individuals in 3 or 4 years, and now all of a sudden the only lines of communication I was permitted were messages coming through my Facebook from those individuals saying, sure, you can stay here. I saw your post. You could stay here for a few weeks. And then I got there. I got a job immediately. I began paying $200 a week for rent to have a futon in this person's home. After 3 or 4 weeks, the person said, you're going to have to find something else because my daughter is coming back to live with me from one of the Carolinas, and I'm going to need this room. And I said, okay, thank you so much for having me. While I was there, I did my best to contribute in any and all ways that were possible, cleaning the house, bringing in food when I had money, and then giving them $200 a week for access to that bedroom and rent. I would have to show up at their discretion when they were able to unlock the door. I didn't have a key. I would have to wait outside until they got home, or leave when they left, or what have you. It was a very inconvenient situation, and definitely not one where I could bring my children. After that, another person, same group of individuals.
There's her with the knife. There's her with the knife at the gym. That's a screenshot from the video. See? We'll get there. She has a knife. She's showing it at the gym. She's a crazy lady. Don't let her fool you. Don't let this lady fool you. I don't have a knife. I don't try.
That I had not spoken to in 3+ years contacted me on Facebook. I had no communication.
When they can't get me to die with the lies that Dylan tells, since Dylan got home, bunch of content today saying Dylan.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $2. Permitted F off.
Permitted? Permitted where? Thank you, Cindy, for the 2.
With them at all whatsoever. They said, you can come to my house. I went there to their house. I was covered.
Oh, that she was permitted.
Bugs. Covered in bugs to the point where I was having a little bit of trouble breathing. Could not close my hands into fists because my fingers were so swollen. Went to the doctor, received some prescription strength Benadryl, and had him document everything that he saw on my body. And I left from there after being contacted by a stranger on Facebook who saw my struggle being documented and said, I will fly you to Tennessee. You can stay with.
They change Xavier. They allow him to force me to watch him treat other people nicely. I hate them.
At Jared_based super chatted $2. 1,000 milliliters of face injections. She's still headed to tent.
Send Botox to the tent. Remember when she said that? Thank you, Jared. Thank you for the 2. But remember, she wanted people to send her Botox to the tent. What a crazy thing to even say. And she was serious.
Me for a while and let things die down. You could spend 4th of July weekend here. I perceived that that was a safe situation considering what I was dealing with here in Chicago.
Oh, you're fucking getting delayed again. Hold on. Let me see if we can just do
here in Chicago. My Cadillac had already been stolen from me, and I was commuting from space to space, either walking or in Ubers that would be sent to me.
Yeah, that's all right.
I had little to no money in the bank, and as I said before, my only income during that time was driving DoorDash, but once they stole my Cadillac, after I made final payment, and I owned it at that time, they stole it from me. They stole my Cadillac with no explanation after telling me it was parked in a safe location and that there was no issue and that I had nothing to worry about. I've not received any money back for any of that. Following that set of circumstances, when I got back to Chicago after being flown home through Jacksonville Airport by someone who I contacted, who I knew at the time.
Yeah, she thinks, remember the cops stole her Cadillac too?
But no longer have communication with. I had nowhere to go. I spent 3 days in a hotel room with that individual that they paid for, and then I had nowhere to go after that. I walked around with my belongings in search of another location, in search of another option, and it was a very difficult time. I experienced intermittent situations where I was left outdoors for days at a time. I am a human being, not to be left outdoors. I was not able or permitted to receive assistance from the shelter system, the social services system, law enforcement, despite a whole entire overwhelming phone call log that's been documented and shared through email, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and several other social media forums.
That'll fix things. What the? Just stop doing that. You think after having done that for years at a time and having it used against you in court that she would just fucking stop doing that, right? I think this is the main problem. I think social media addiction is a big part of the problem, if not the main problem. I'm sure she's actually mentally ill in some way or another too. But if she got off social media, well, she did before and it didn't really help. Maybe she was secretly posting somewhere else. I don't know. But this social media shit doesn't help her, like, at all.
I don't understand what the problem is. It seemed to me like the expectation was that I come up with a solution to homelessness, because why else would someone be putting me through this? So I quickly incorporated the idea of the UBI. The UBI that compensates a person a fair amount, a standard amount of $100 to $150 a day, despite their ability, willingness, or desire to work for the money. There is no downside to that. We would just have to switch to a digital form of currency. Biometrically enhanced would be best. This solution would eliminate completely any and all ability for people to do fraud, any and all ability for people to do under the table cash transactions, any and all ability for anyone to be taxed unfairly, etc., and so forth. I've thought it out thoroughly. I've thought it out with ChatGPT, and I've thought it out with several other think groups who have also weighed in and done their research. We've also come across several...
What think groups? When did we start become a part of think groups?
Claims that numerous Asian countries have already incorporated this UBI and that it has been a successful working model. So I thought, okay, that's done. I've stood back up after that. I met Xavier. I spent the next 2 years before I met Xavier dealing with very similar situations to what I just described. Painful situations. Situations where I was harmed a great deal. And I kept going. And I don't know how. I do not know how. More days than not, I would have preferred to be dead than alive. And by dead, I don't mean not being on the air or not having access to social media. I mean in an eternal state of rest where I cannot be harmed or stalked or followed or harmed or had sex with a person I don't love or want to be with, or used for someone else's weird agenda. But somehow I made it through.
Hey, listen!
Nobody likes hard seltzer. Everyone prefers that shit flat. Fuck you mean? Who the fuck? Oh, yes, please, the bubbles in my water. Get the fuck out of here. Whoever
woke up and said, you know, I think I'd like to feel bloated today. Feels like a great idea. Let's put some gas in my beverage.
At Jared_based super chatted $2. I have rights. Let's get it, Ashley, crossed fingers.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you for that too. Heather and her sad stories. Don't be sad, Heather. Get all confident and crazy again.
Believe that it was my love for my children, my family, and my pregnant belly that kept me through the final year of that 4-year period of displacement. Xavier and I got pregnant with Weston. I had been on birth control. I had been utilizing several other forms of and methods of what had always worked for me in the past as being reliable birth control. I had just lost a twin pregnancy to death, preterm labor, 6 months before I got pregnant with Weston. I have 3 other children. I won primary joint custody of those 3 children in 2018 to 19, about 1 year before Dylan was released, 6 months. Despite all...
You didn't win primary custody or anything. I don't even think there is a primary joint custody. You mean you had a parental plan worked out where you got some visitation and so did the dad, and then after you went crazy, it just all went to the dad because you clearly don't have a stable living situation because you were on the streets and stuff. Instead of working your shit out, you just go, oh, and Simps would send you money, and then over the years, Simps dried up, and now... I don't even know, actually. I guess, like, she makes her money with these driving things that she got fired from. How is Heather Gillespie making her money right now?
That no one was able to intervene on my behalf and stand me back up so that I could be a mother to my children. My children have been separated from me after living with me full-time since...
I think when the camera's off, Heather's doing some nefarious shit, and then she gets on here and she's like, I'm just trying to be a mother, you guys. I'm just trying to do everything the right way. If she was trying to do things the right way, I think she'd be in a better place. I mean, I hope she's not. I hope that she really just thinks she's fucking Superwoman in her head or whatever, and she really can't clearly see what the hell's wrong. But I feel like she's been in nefarious shit before, so why would she stop now? And there's always like hints of it around, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Age of 14, 13, and 6. I've only been permitted intermittent periods of regular communication via video.
She gets massages and stuff. How's she paying for massages? And then I'll be like, I thought she was gonna say she could only afford sunflower seeds today, which is, I don't even know how much sunflower seeds cost, but I'm sure you could get something more substantial. I think she was trying to say parasites, but she couldn't remember the word. Thank you for the sunshine, Danielle. I appreciate you.
Time calls, cell phone calls, text messages, and quick visits on holidays and birthdays where I've been able to go and give them a gift and a hug and tell them how much I love them, and then had to leave to go back to whatever hell I was surviving. After that, I deemed that it was appropriate for me to focus all of my energy and effort into bringing up my children by setting a positive example. And the only way I was going to be able to do so, despite the adversity that I faced after giving birth to Weston, that I'm not permitted to discuss here for legal reasons.
So that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. So I don't know. I didn't see anything. This is just, like I said, the word on the street. And like, that's fine. If she don't like me, people cannot like me. I just like, I won't use their content then because I figure like they wouldn't want me to. If people don't like me, that would open up the door to like copyright strikes and stuff. And I just don't want to deal with that. So if she did, whatever. If she didn't, cool. Because I didn't do anything to her and life goes on.
But after all of that, I decided that the only way that I would be able to make it, that the only way I would be able to move forward, that the only way I would be able to be an acceptable caregiver to my children was if I was able to focus 100% of my energy and effort on improving and increasing my income. My goal has always been to purchase a home. That was Dylan's promise to me that if I...
That was Dylan's promise to me that I would one day be able to afford a home.
Helped with his proffer agreement, with all of the things he needed to accomplish for the state of Illinois and perceived federal government, that I would be permitted access to a safe home to live in.
Like in witness protection?
That I would be safe.
Dude, that's like, okay, let's not use Dylan because obviously he's a bad guy, right? And he's terrible. I know you got him tattooed all over your body and shit, but let's go to like, I don't know. Who does mortgages? It's like someone at a bank who will be like, Heather, you gotta fix your credit, and you maybe have to earn some money before we give you a mortgage to a fucking house.
That no one would ever be able to harm me again. I didn't receive that promise, as you can clearly see. So I wanted to give it to myself. So I poured 100% of my energy and effort into looking for jobs. Over the last 6 years, despite how many applications I've filled out, I have been stalked to my jobs. I have been harmed in my jobs. I have been removed from my jobs, not because I've done something wrong, but because someone else, I don't know why, I have no idea what their goal could be, thinks that it is a better situation.
I did not. I did not. I should probably go check that.
For them to have the job, or for me to just not be able to work. I don't know why. To this day, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean too. Like, you can't. Dylan, who was in prison for kidnapping and ecstasy pills, and who was in jail for a whole bunch of other shit before that because he has a whole bunch of mugshots. You thought that that was a good guy, and you weren't up to anything no good with Dylan, even though he's consistently been up to no good ever since getting out of jail and after Love After Lockup. And with Marissa, as we've seen, I think it was last week, right? When they were arguing with each other. Yeah, Jax, thank you for becoming a good little angel. But anyways, like, you're not going to tell me that you're a fucking good little angel, even though you're with Dylan Smith, the criminal of the history of time.
I thought that was Matt Lucchina. Who knows Matt Lucchina?
I don't know Matt Lucchina. Or Dr. Gable.
At Jared_based super chatted $5. Inmate Y12173 is not going to be paid while being a state or federal witness, let alone paid millions to give Heather and company a home and security.
You know what? Thank you for the 5, Jared. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, Jan from The Office and her candle business, and no one wants her candles. And she's like, sometimes I get mad and feel like I'm going crazy. I come in here, smell all my candles. And that's what Heather wanted, you know? Just a candle business and a fucking house. And then Dylan Smith or Xavier could sleep on that little dog bed at the end of the bed. Like, that's literally what she wants. She wants to be Jan from The Office. A boob job. She is Jan
in the
from
understanding
The Office.
that I have been working
just not successful in any way, shape, or form.
Full-time for the last 2 years, and that the authority has found a way to make it safe.
I forgot about Hunter.
For me to work. I'm very confused as to how now, for 6 days, I'm sorry, last week, Monday at 11:30 a.m., my Grubhub was removed from access. I have a 4.87 overall rating with 3,800 rides approximately for Uber. I have 197 rides approximately with a 4.9 star rating for Lyft. I have about 2,000, possibly closer to 3,000 lifetime deliveries for DoorDash, being Dasher of the Month on several months. I have worked.
Look where it got her, man. We gotta let go. You gotta let go of the past. I thought there was a Linkin Park song gonna come out, but it did not happen.
Instacart with satisfactory ratings, and about the same for Grubhub, a 4.9 star rating, I believe. And I've been driving Grubhub anywhere from 6 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 3 months.
Let's not tell people that. Let's not tell people what apps you're working for. How about that?
As of Monday at 11:30 a.m., all of my accounts were locked. I've attempted with a new phone to regain access, despite the communication that it is legal and ethical and standard practice and procedure for any account suspension to be permitted, to be challenged with fact. And I've submitted photos, videos, evidence. No one has responded to any of my challenges.
Challenges?
It's also been found that if your situation has been frozen on DoorDash, which mine was, that you can reapply after 90 days. I did, and I got my position back. Now it's been about 6 months since I've worked DoorDash, and nothing is happening. I'm locked into this block on all delivery platforms, all human transportation platforms, and there's no reason. There's no reason being given. So my apartment that was communicated to me was mine for room and board after I paid about $20,000 to be there. A small studio apartment with a non-working shower and a small kitchenette. $20,000 with a lease through May of 2027 was taken from me. And someone else is living there now, one day after I was forced to leave. And my car that I've paid on.
Someone else is living in her apartment now that it took her months to get out of after she got evicted? What are you talking about? Why is she mad? Why is she mad? And she didn't spend that 20,000. Yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way in fucking hell. We were doing the math the other day, and it was like that. No, I don't know what she's incorporating. I think she's incorporating like food and stuff and all the other nonsense she spent. I think she just means all the money she spent and her time living there.
Time every single
that she would consider a necessity on top of rent, because her rent was only like $1,000.
Since I got my vehicle has been in a state of deferment since the 23rd through next month on the 23rd, because I am waiting to start my new job this week, hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, she also showed us her earnings from Uber, and she was making like $4,000 a month, $4,000 a month, and she couldn't afford her $1,000 rent and whatever other like gas and car payment. I'm not in court. Like that's nothing to do with the apartment though. So I don't know why. I'm trying to make it make sense in my head, you know.
And I found a new delivery app. I have my first delivery there tomorrow, and I've applied to another several brick and mortar jobs with an offer on the table for a full-time employment.
Hey, listen. When they can't get me to die with the lies that Dylan tells, since Dylan got home, bunch of content today saying Dylan.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $2. DoorDasher of the month several times but fired.
Exactly. Make it make sense, Cindy. Thank you for the 2. And thank you, Jacqueline, for the PayPal. Yeah, I gotta go, let me get this spreadsheet. I just gotta make sure there's no, like, nothing nefarious that YouTube will be mad at me for.
Under the understanding that I have worked and showed up for work daily, every single day. And that's not just the paid work. That's also the unpaid work. The boxing up all of my belongings unexpectedly and under duress. The transporting it from place to place. The living on one meal a day. Trying to keep Xavier all right.
Do I have a way to open this? Do I even have a spreadsheet opener? I hope it. I must somewhere.
When they have been doll walking or dog walking him into random personalities and behaviors. One day he's doesn't drink alcohol at all, and the next day he's drinking beers, chugging beers, putting on a dress. Why? And I said to him, I can feel that you're still in there. Please.
I think this is fine. This is holy fuck. I thought it was like half of this. I thought it was half of this. It's $9,437. The fuck? How? Like, that's crazy. To me, that's crazy. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Wake up. All the while communicating with my children, calling them 2 to 3 times a day, every day, texting them multiple times a day to make sure they're all right, sending money whenever I can in the form of $10 to $20 to whatever child needs it. I've only been able to send money to my daughter Vivi 2 or 3 times over this period of the last 2 years. To my son, maybe 20 or 30 times. And to Alexis, my daughter, I've only been able to bring her snacks. She doesn't have any bank accounts or ability for me to send money. I've been able to bring them Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, much less and farther scaled back than I normally would like to. You know, maybe $200 per child per budget each Christmas, and $50 per child or $60 per child per budget each birthday, which is not enough. I've not been able to purchase my children's school supplies or buy them brand new shoes for back to school. I've not been able to make sure that their closets have clothing in them.
Okay, but if people gave her money, she wouldn't use it for any of that stuff. So that's kind of not... I don't really like that. I don't know. Hold on. Let me take that off so this doesn't like go through it. I don't know how to click on tabs. Or do tabs. I don't use spreadsheets, dude. I don't know what to do here, so But like, that's still a lot of money. I'll figure it out. I gotta try to keep things moving. But I'll revisit this. Oh, new tickets? Hold on. There's tabs here. I think I found the tabs. This has the license plate
I'm
numbers
unclear
on
of
it,
the
though.
goal, the intent.
But this, I think, has the seizures or something? Is this where I saw the seizure thing?
And the desired outcome from day to day. I still consistently receive various bits and pieces of communication and for communication and information. I have been subjected to submitting copies of my photo identification. I couldn't even tell you how many times through third-party applications. And then I've been accused of being involved in something nefarious when they don't understand how mine or any other third party's ID could have been reprinted and used for anything else. I don't mind answering these questions, but can I do so in the comfort of my own home with my children having a safe place to access their mother and have a family dinner and live together? I've been sleeping in my car for the last 22 days.
It's a long time to be sleeping in your car for. I'm just trying to see if there's anything juicy in here. There might be that I'm just not seeing. It's just a lot of parking violations. I'm sure she's shown her own license plate. I just don't know if I should be showing it. I don't feel like blurring things. But it looks bad. It looks pretty bad. It looks really bad, you guys, for her. It's interesting to me. I don't know how Heather Gillespie is the only person I could ever imagine to be able to rack up almost 10 grand in tickets.
7 days, I haven't been permitted to work Grubhub, or six days. I worked 2 additional promotions jobs.
So crazy.
And I'm concerned with regards to my digital footprint and how to make it accurate.
Don't fuck off. Don't stop thinking about the digital footprint.
In each of the periods of hospitalization, it has been deemed that there were inaccurate and inconsistent medical record takings. I have formally submitted medical request audits on all of my medical records.
Oh, I forgot Mark existed until now because Mark does this. Mark disagrees with doctors and stuff, and he wants them to go back and correct the record. But it's like, no, they're the professionals. You are you're a subject to them. A patient. You're a patient to them, and they know. They would know better than you know. That's why you go to the doctor, and you're not a doctor. Maybe she should become a doctor. Can doctors do stuff on themselves? I don't think that's supposed to happen.
In writing via
especially with mental stuff. I don't think that's supposed to happen.
fax as well as email numerous times to the hospitals Endeavor, Elmhurst, and Northwestern. I have filed numerous digital police reports. I have had hours, if not days, if not weeks worth of conversation with independent policing agencies as well as the Chicago police and area police stations. I've contacted the local FBI department 30 or 40 times at least.
Yeah, the FBI must have something to say about her. I'm sure she gets used in training at one of these places. Like Heather Gillespie letter comes in and a new person's reading it. Being, what do we do here? It's like, okay, that's Heather Gillespie. She's a little out there. We're gonna get letters like this from people all around, and we don't do anything about them.
It's been 6 years. What is it that you guys want from me? What do I have to do so that you could let me live my life? On the line, they've communicated and promised and made it sound like there was already a career lined up for me.
Oh my God, I just got a smell of chicken teriyaki. Smells like ketchup. Smells like fucking ketchup.
At Jared_based super chatted $2. Hot AF but wearing a turtleneck. Green square prayer beads.
Maybe she's got really good AC. But yeah, no, it's been hot. Super hot. Turtleneck is a choice, that's for sure. And all the whole black, her whole outfit.
Healthcare.
I wonder if she's still got those cloppers on. The you know what I'm talking about. With the metal thing sticking out of her heels.
That I would be able to be the front line of questioning before they needed to go to doctors for a deeper understanding of certain things.
Just because you're the first person they see when they walk into the hospital doesn't mean like you're the head of anything.
I would be compensated appropriately and fairly, and that I would be provided a safe place to live. When do we start that?
Hey, Dr.
I applied for a job today as a cashier at a location, and they said that I was hired and that they would call me back to let me know what day I start.
She's gonna be a cashier, okay.
But I have to pay my car insurance by the 9th of this month.
I don't think that's in 2 days. I don't think that's gonna happen.
If I don't pay my car insurance by the 9th of this month, they will deactivate my insurance policy by the 23rd of August. Also, I do know that because this is my first car that I've purchased since the Cadillac, it's been almost 3 years that I haven't had a car. So in that period of 3 years without a car, I didn't need car insurance. When you have a period of time that you don't need car insurance, that means you are not a covered insuree. If you are not a covered insuree, you have a higher premium to pay when you get insurance. Now add in the fact that I was transporting human beings, driving Lyft and Uber. High volume, high mileage on your vehicle combined with the liability of having another human being in the back seat and not having had insurance in your name for 3 years prior makes your premium rise. So $387 a month is what I've had to pay over the last 10 months for my insurance. Just for myself, for my own coverage. I need to go and shop for a new insurance policy ASAP, but I need to do so before there is a gap in coverage. And I need the fund.
You guys like how they're explaining how paying your insurance works?
To be able to pay for the new insurance policy. I have many other very concerning situations that have been going on that I'm not being permitted the legal ability to speak about, despite the First Right Amendment of free speech.
Oh god, don't do the Constitution thing again. Hold up. Let me, I'm just gonna see. I think this fixes the sync, but let me just see.
I have been repeatedly requested to not speak about certain things, and I have done my best to follow and be cooperative. With very few...
Not really. She hasn't followed through. I think the sync is okay. If it gets really, really bad, we'll just close and reopen it. I had to do that with the other one, but this should be fine. This should be fine because it's been through the video editor. The other one is like wonky because it's from that stupid whatchamahoo's it that makes everything crazy.
Exceptions, I have said something under duress that I was afraid that for the safety or well-being either of myself or my child or the court system that I'm not allowed to name.
Listen. If you want cafeína, not cocaína.
At Feather Jackatucker Super Chatted $1.99, $357 per month. That's 357 pickles to smooch at $1 each.
I don't know what that means. Is that the which is their monthly payment is? Thank you for the 2, Jake the Trucker.
And for that reason, I have said something, and later I was charged with some sort of crime for doing so.
Contempt. She said it in a weird way today. She was like, criminal contempt, but not real criminal contempt of court. Exclusive. I can't remember the words. She said something weird. It's something I never heard before until she said it.
I don't know how to get the information to you guys. I don't know how to create the most accurate dialogue.
We don't need to know. We don't need to know everything. I mean, I appreciate it, but we don't need to know.
In the face of the accusation of being a deceptive person or withholding information to harm anyone, I don't know how to respond. I tell you what I know.
See, the courts don't like it because you're making it sound like the court system is this evil entity that is out to get you and steal your kids because they're literally looking out for the best well-being for your kid who you wanted to raise in a tent and then in a closet. Things aren't looking too good, and now we're out of that place completely, living in a car. When do you think you're getting your kid back? You know what I'm saying? So if you had any influence over anyone, they would be going up to these judges and people that you named everybody, right? And then harassing them, maybe doing some crazy stuff like making death threats, maybe actually following through on them. And that's why you got charged, because you're being an idiot. So like, I don't want to hear this and this fucking crying shit. Like, I don't know. It pisses me off.
Say what I'm able to say without being charged with a crime.
I'm glad she doesn't know where Xavier is. Gotta move on. Oh, dude, yeah, the court system gave her like 1 billion chances. I'm surprised that they've been so lenient. I'm surprised they've only charged her $10 a day for her nonsense. Why is my thing being crazy? Hold on, let's see if that fixes it.
The bullying, the stalking, the physical attacks, the inference that I am a professional victim and that is all I will ever be.
That's what Xavier said to her. I think he was kind of right. Or did he say professional liar?
Fuck you to all of it. I have never consented to being anyone's victim.
They're the tire iron guy. Because she like wanted, well, I don't know. She wanted to live with this guy in her car. I can't remember what his name is. I think it was Jose.
I have been kind.
Professional victim.
And as compassionate and patient. And as understanding. And as calm. And as rational. And as intelligent. As I have been permitted to be. None of this is for entertainment. None of this is for the Coco show. This is my life.
That was the other Instagram account. Oh, look, Coco. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I can't see my... Okay, there we go. I was trying to fix that other thing before. I appreciate you.
This every single day.
You guys got to sub to Local Coco. McChufferton. Did I make that a soundbite? I clipped it, but did I make it a soundbite? I haven't heard it yet. Oh, let's look at the McChufferton website. I'll have to check when my internet's
Please.
like cooperative.
Let me live.
Oh, it was Juan. Yes, Rocky, it was Juan. I knew it was something that started with a J. Thank you.
I don't know what more you want from me.
Tire Iron Juan.
They've come on the line multiple times and made the communication that numerous different people have been subjected to.
Take it easy, Cindy.
Various lines of questioning and inference and accusation that has likely caused them severe discomfort, including but not limited to the
redeem a gift membership. I just like turn the thing on. I can't remember how to do it. I think if you go to like get a gift, there's the option there. I think you might have to be on the laptop or like a phone. Whenever I try to do it, it looks weird on mine because I'm the channel owner, but if someone knows and wants to put it in chat.
production team from the show.
Do you think I should know? I should probably know. It's been like years. I should know.
The doctors that I've worked with in previous capacities, possibly Dr. Doshi, Dr. Aronson, Dr. Scamra, Dr. Maletti, and more. I'm sorry, genuinely, if I've had anything to do with any discomfort that anyone has experienced.
Just give me my house and my kids. Michelle, thank you for being a member for 3 months.
I've repeatedly discussed the importance of the accuracy in medical records and other formal forms of digital documentation.
Hey, listen.
Whether
Xavier, expedite the process. Xavier, hurry up! Hurry up! Here's Norman! Xavier!
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $5. We all subscribe to MC Chufferton. She's the GOAT.
That's right. That's right. Especially when I'm gone, you guys need to, or during the week. Usually, just because this saga of Heather has been kind of off the hook. So I really wanted to see her get battery rammed, the door down. But now, it's like anything could happen any day. So I'll sniper sometimes. But if you want like up to date, on the fly stuff, Local Coco was always uploading. And there's something else at Mud Pit. I didn't know this. Gifts don't work for some people if you have ad blockers or certain privacy settings. Is that true? Because that would make so much sense. Because like Tink never gets gifted memberships. But I don't know. I think I've been gifted a membership. I think I got a gifted membership on like Pete's channel or something. Pete's like Foodie Beauty Pete's, and I don't know if I should say this, I have hella ad blockers on. I'm cool YouTube. I have YouTube Premium, so yeah, I don't even see ads anyways, but you know, for other websites, I have super ad blockers on. Maybe because I have Premium, it's cool with it. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
in the legal system, in the criminal justice system, in police station databases, in medical records, in pharmaceutical records. There will come a point in time in all of our existence, at the rate of natural evolution of technology and the direction of which the world is heading, our digital footprints will be very important. We will have to answer for the things that we've said and done in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but why doesn't she apply that to herself?
Waiting for the understanding of what is the best way to handle the situation when the doctor diagnoses or codes psychological emergency, when the actual reason.
YouTube, I was like, YouTube has this thing now where you can ask, it's like a little AI thing. So I was like, how's the numbers looking? And they're like, it's terrible since you've been gone. The numbers are terrible. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then it said, you should make a post because notifications don't go out. And I'm like, aren't you YouTube? Like, why are you're basically telling me I have to make my own fucking notification? So I did a post today. Like, YouTube told me to do this because notifications don't work apparently. And apparently, gifted memberships don't work either. YouTube. It's the greatest platform ever, yes.
Hospitalization was violent attack. Staples to back of head. How do I ensure that myself and my children later on down the road are not held to some inaccurate tie? Or
by teaching them street smart, something you clearly don't fucking have. And I was about to say, what do you want, like a medal for that? You don't get houses and fucking unlimited money for going through terrible things. I bet that would be nice, right? I don't want Heather to go through terrible things, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. You're not entitled to a house and whatever you want because you got bludgeoned. And you were bludgeoned because you put yourself in a very dangerous situation and you weren't fucking thinking. And I would want you to teach your kids not to do that, to learn from that mistake. But you just think everything's curated and la 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 la, and it's annoying.
Diagnosis that will harm us in the future.
Oh, CC Without a Home. I got gifted a membership from hers when I turned it off and then back on again. That's how I showed you guys. I went to another channel and then turned it off to turn it back on, and then it like gifted me it right away, and I was like, oh no. But anyway, sorry, that unlocked a memory.
Apart from filing a request formally for a medical records audit, And
no, she was bludgeoned because we read the police report and there was actual video cameras of multiple witnesses and there was people who had to pull the guy off and then he went to jail. And then she went to the hospital. So she was bludgeoned. I'll give her that, yeah.
not permitted that audit. Apart from writing clear dialogue and submitting it for submission to be entered into my official medical record, apart from creating these videos on social media, identifying myself by tattoos, biometrics, name.
Yeah.
What should I do?
It's like the only thing she doesn't really need to exaggerate. Everything else is exaggerated. The knife, the screwdriver, 8 screwdrivers, and it was a little pocket knife. A little pocket knife is very dull. That like you give to kids and Boy Scouts to whittle wood with in the forest or whatever. Heather kept coming at them, so one of them got her with that just to scare her off, and then it turned into 8 screwdrivers somehow. I don't know how that happened, but that's severely exaggerated. The bludgeoning isn't. That piddle monster thing, becoming a good little angel. You figured it out.
I have discussed repeatedly the technological achievement of bot technology, which is not a robot walking around in this context.
Gee, I thought that's what bots were. Robots walking around on phones, typing, correcting the narrative for Heather Gillespie.
Is a metaphorical and algorithmically programmed computer application or phone application based form of programming where...
What about CocoBot, the one that delivers food that you said you got each other's backs?
Exists. It's relatively inexpensive. I believe it's somewhere around $50, if not free for some demographics, to deploy this type of assistance. These are programmable bots where you are permitted to ask the bot to sweep the internet for keywords, mentions of your name, legal name, aliases, business name, or names. And every time the bot is able to find a new entry in the internet anywhere, along any forum or communication or private or public message board, etc., the bot will send and generate a notification to you or your team and delegate a priority from urgent to not so urgent. I believe there are 4, from the technology that I'm familiar with, there are 4 codes or diagnoses.
She hasn't implemented this. She doesn't know about me. Thank God. Knock on wood. I don't think she does. She's never mentioned the United States of Illinois or anything else. So I think we're safe. Clearly, the bot would have told her about us by now, right?
Very urgent.
I don't have a team. I mean, I just tend to ignore a lot of things. I've been trying this year, at least in 2026. I don't know how well I've been doing, but to just kind of focus on like what I'm trying to focus on instead of a whole bunch of side drama that ends up, it's just not worth it, you know? It's not worth it.
Priority, very urgent.
Ever since the Brooke stuff, because Brooke is like such a big fucking thing that I've been trying to like a snake. You know how a big snake eats like an antelope or something and you're trying to digest it and stuff? So I have no time for anything else around me. And then you got Heather and James on top of that. That's enough for me. That's enough on my plate. I think that's a good analogy.
Urgent and intermediate are the 4.
Yeah, Minnesota's north of me, actually, if you can believe that. I'm in Ontario, so like it's like dips into the States, kind of.
And in understanding that this technology exists, that's the first defense. It can find this slander that is posted throughout the internet. It can find this deception that is posted throughout the internet. It can find any reference to any person, place, or thing that is posted to the internet. And then it lets you know this is going on. with a priority for how quick your response should be.
I don't think so. I think there's like 5 streams left. There's not a lot. There's not a lot until like I came in and started sniping her in May. I think we're in May technically, unlike the order I was going in, but we still have to get through. 5 is actually probably under. I'm probably misremembering. I think there's like 15 days left. So that might be a lot more than I'm remembering because I haven't covered Broken a bit.
And what the overall effect will be on your business, your name, your reputation, etc. You can then incorporate a second layer. This is onion technology.
Wait, what? Are we talking about the Tor network now?
You can then incorporate a second layer to that protection.
Oh no, we're talking about literally like an onion. Never mind. Wait, no, is she talking about the deep web?
Which is an algorithmically programmed response. If Y, then X. If Z, then A.
That's not an onion. What?
Fill in for the variable. How do you do that? How do you train a bot to be able to visualize
and use onion technology
or interpret deception or slander, especially when it's about a human being?
Sharon, thank you for the cool DJ cat.
Well, that's easy.
Is it? Because you're really explaining it in a confusing way, to me at least. As someone who has written a couple bots, it drove me nuts though. And I thought that once it was done, but no. Things get updated all the time, and then I don't have the patience to be a bot making guy. But I used to have one that just did like notifications automatically because the other ones wanted you to pay for them, and I'm not paying for shit. But then I had to have it run off this laptop, the one that's not being used right now. And that laptop sucks and gets really hot, and it's just like a pain in my fucking ass. And anyways, it's not like how Heather is saying this. This is Heather. I don't even know why she's saying this, to be honest. It's very strange to me.
A narrative of truth with responses. If there is something above the current level of programming and their ability to perceive, human intervention is then needed. I've written about 400 pages of my life. That would be a good starting point. It's been uploaded to the cloud for a long time. A long time. Under the understanding that I have uploaded all of those things, receipts, bank records, forensics, medical records, and other things,
she uploaded her bank records?
Be very easy.
That's smart.
To create a preliminary shell, another layer of that onion protection of information that could be deployed in defense of any slanderous allegation as it is made in real time. If there's further information needed, I have proven repeatedly that that's not a problem, that I have been willing to the best of my ability to elaborate.
This kind of pisses me off. Everything pisses me off. Because, like, she won't elaborate to the police. The police are like, we need more information if you want us to find this culprit, apparently, who breaks into your house and does a whole bunch of nefarious shit to you. And you're like, no, I'm not going to cooperate. I'm not going to talk to you. The fucking tire iron guy. We need to come back into the police station so we can question you further and make sure we got the right guy. No. But if it's on Instagram, then of course we have all the time in the world to fucking go on and on about the narrative and make different iterations of it. Thank you for the shopping cart, Betty Davis size. What a float of fucking halooey nonsense.
Give
a wackadoodle 5,000 here.
As as accurate information as I have access to. Always. And so in that understanding, and in the understanding that I've made all of these documentations, how is it possible that during the period of time that Xavier and I were not being permitted access to safe indoor housing and were being held in a tent on cement at Belmont Harbor Yacht Club while I was pregnant with Weston.
No one was holding her, by the way, there. She just like wanted to be there. They had free electricity for the hairdryer. It was winter, the yacht club was closed.
How is it possible that the day-by-day journal entries that I posted to Instagram and YouTube have been removed from circulation? And that there is a new team coming into play who doesn't even have understanding that I've gone through that? How is that possible?
I want to know who the new team is. Or the first team. Any of the teams. I'd love to meet some of the team members. Are we just gonna sit in silence? I hate when she does this. She like glitches out. Whoa. Whoa.
Under the understanding that I've budgeted effectively and coordinated my budget to my needs, there's also been numerous reasons to believe that my gas gauge and other sensors causing me to spend money in other ways have been used nefariously to drain me of the remaining $300 that I had a week ago. I have
Are you fucking kidding me right now? They nefariously made her gas disappear?
$8 left. I have no food budget. I have a doctor's appointment today where I will be expected to spend another $30 on medication that has...
What Oh, the diuretic? She's been trying to shit herself for a bit here.
...been deemed unnecessary by many, but necessary by this nefarious third-party agency that continues to make demands.
The courts are like just the voice in your head?
Writing. In an effort to do nothing to upset them, here I am.
Mrs. Smith.
For the record, I didn't put on any filter.
I'm just this hot. That's what she's thinking. They put on the filter.
I've tried everything. I've gone to the private airports to see how business works, to see how I could offer personal driving services to individuals to and from private airfields.
Airports, yeah. How did that work out?
Including but not limited to Chicago Executive.
I just would imagine no one would hit her up for this because why would you? Just get an Uber or like any other driving app, not Heather Gillespie. Dusty Smith Hubbard, thank you for the laughing disco ball.
I believe the other one is called Milwaukee or something. Hey, there's
Let me see these pieces of shit are
doesn't
saying.
Even know the name of the airport.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Feeling better now that you destroyed my time? Should I just stand here like this? Would that make you feel better?
Save that shit for Dr. Gable, you fucking bitches.
At Jared_based super chatted $5. Upline team is on vacation, downline team is furloughed. She's currently go pro solo hobo party of one. Egg is a free woman now.
He is. I hope he's living his best life at the curated art museum. Is it curated? No, the fuck, I forget the name of the museum. Some fancy art museum.
Other one in, I believe, Northfield or Northbrook. I've gone to O'Hare a number of times. The TS.
Oh yeah, she's her like profession is gonna be driving people to airports, but she doesn't even know the name of them. Yeah, that one airport. The name of this is like, oh, I'm glad you ran your whole business off of this. Like what?
Lot or TNP. I apologize. TNP lot at O'Hare it looks like a missionary camp. It is filled. There is a food truck there. It is at max capacity with probably, I would say, less than 20 available parking spots at any given time.
Is that a thing? People say max capacity, or is that just a heatherism? I kind of like that one.
All perceived livery drivers waiting on an Uber or a Lyft request. I went there to seek refuge and immediately noticed that I was the only woman, maybe less than 5 other women, and was very uncomfortable.
To seek refuge. No, I don't know, dude. If Heather can find Xavier, they're not over. I'm hoping somebody was just like, Xavier, do you want to stay in my house so you're off the street so this crazy woman can't find you? She's like, oh, yeah, well, let's just try it out. And maybe it's just doing drugs in someone's basement.
Midway has the same ability. I'm not quite sure what their flight traffic looks like. O'Hare's been steady and busy. There's been way more departures and arrivals over the last several weeks than I've noticed prior to this. You would assume that that would be good for business with regards to Uber and Lyft, unless people are just staying up in the air. There are too many free radicals for automation to work, and I've told you that for months.
What is it? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Free radicals. What?
There are too many free radicals for automation to work, and I've told you that for months.
Yeah, I don't really
You
know
cannot have an if X
Ben Murray, thank you for being a member for over a year.
Y situation without incorporating other factors, if they exist. When you ask if apple equals 2 and orange equals 3, how many apples and oranges do I have? The answer is then 5, right? But unless you fail to incorporate that there are 7 ABCs and that ABCs are people wandering around eating X's and Y's, in which case you would not have 5, you would have none.
The fuck was that?
We've got a lot of ABCs wandering around on your automated schedule.
We need that. I gotta make that a soundbite. I don't know what the fuck that was. I thought she was onto something for a second there.
Can you send in some fucking 911? Maybe
no.
some...
No, I don't think she wants that, actually. She doesn't like when people call 911 on her.
OS.
Thinking of another acronym. Y12173 ACDC. Ear just got itchy, oh no. She just gapped out. Okay. Maybe she thought that was like a mic. Wait, well, hold up. She thought it was a mic drop, I think.
I'm tired, you guys.
Still don't know what she said. Hold on.
I'm tired, you guys.
Didn't matter.
Look, does the filter conceal the crown? It's still there, I promise. I'm tired, but not in a good way, you know?
I don't know what tired in a good way is.
Not in the way where it's like, oh, I'll just go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow refreshed. In the way that's like, is there any end in sight?
Like, what's the solution? Who the hell is gonna hold Heather's hand through life? It's she doesn't listen to anybody. It's kind of sad, but like at the same time, like what the fuck are we doing? What conservatorship, dude. That's the only way. That's the only way. 5150 ain't gonna do shit. Get up,
Yesterday
get down,
I drove
move it all around.
To Gurnee, and there was a woman who had come up to my car while I was driving Uber and really scared me. I mean, to tears. She was dressed as a TSA agent and she approached my car and started banging on it repeatedly. And I was already, very nervous already. That day I had been going through a bunch of other things. And
wait, is she talking about the time she went all crazy-eyed on someone who asked her to move her car because she's blocking people while going on a rant on a live stream?
She just started banging and banging on my car. I got so scared. And when I looked at her, it looked like she was melting, like her face and her body. It was like, am I having something go on with my eyes that's putting a filter on this woman? Because this is alarming to me.
No, dude, this is bad. There's visual hallucinations now.
And it was about 3 months after that they started strategically routing my Uber rides to North Avenue in Wells to a business called Sharps Modern LASIK. And when I began to do further research...
Oh, is that what the Sharps LASIK is about? So she thinks this Sharps Modern LASIK place put cyborg eyes in her?
Not only have I been aware of the Meta glasses, which is a lens that you put on your face.
I'm the one who has a mental health problem. I have been calling my attorney, Ellen Sidney Wise, every single fucking day.
That's a good one.
Every fucking day. Every day.
At Peham super chatted $9.99.
Thank you, Jax. Thank you for the 10. I thought that was going to be the We the People of the United States of America with Cobes playing the guitar in the background.
And gives you the ability to see through the lens, messages, send text messages. There's a bracelet that goes on. All you have to do is move your fingers and you see the keyboard up here. And as you move your fingers, you're sending in real time the message that you want to send.
I thought Meta glasses just had a camera right here. It's not like the glasses themselves. She thinking of Google Glass? Is she thinking of that Apple thing? What's the Apple thing called? Apple Vision Pro? I don't think Meta glasses are just cameras, right?
That technology was on the market 10 years ago. So yes, I do believe that they could...
Her face.
A lens or an implant. If you don't...
This thinks she's tough.
Believe me, please call. Hang up your social media. Call right now. Call Sharp Modern LASIK.
Call the LASIK eye surgery to ask if they have Meta glasses. They're gonna say I don't know anything about that. We do LASIK eye surgery, but if maybe you should contact. I don't even know who sells Meta glasses. Is it Meta like Facebook? Did Facebook make those glasses? I don't know. I just know the name of them and what they look like. Tessa, thank you for the party hat.
Avenue in Wells. I posted the photo and the photo of the building with the Google search result. Call them. Ask them if they offer implant modern LASIK. Implant. Ask them. Have they reached the achievement of technology where they have implanted technology within their scope of ability? They do. So if one...
It's Ray-Ban? Okay. There you go. There you go. What kind of implants? I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that they have implants for eyes. Is it just like a glass eye? Or is it, like I said, I don't know. But they show she's jumping to the conclusion that they put this in her eye. Vacation was good. It was relaxing. It was, well overdue, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I just take some days off, so maybe it wasn't overdue. But it was nice. I liked it. Sarah, thank you for the high five.
Facility has that. How many other facilities also have that? So is this woman pounding on my vehicle about a year ago while I was driving Uber in some sort of distress? Is she...
No, what?
Being harmed? Or is she actually...
Implantable contact lenses? What? Why would you want that? Oh my god. Oh, okay. I don't want to look that up. I don't think it's camera eyes, though. This is, Jesus. Molding contacts to your eyeballs. For Laker Rose, thank you for being a member for 2 months.
A normal lady, and they're applying some sort of perceived Snapchat.
You know what? Maybe I would be banging on Heather Gillespie's window if I had this happen to me. I was like, how am I gonna be a TSA agent if I can't use my eyes? I don't know. This sounds pretty crazy.
Filter through this modern LASIK that they keep telling me I have in my right eye.
Who's telling her that? No one's telling her that. The voices? Or like the rose thing for the rose. Or the flower. She's confusing me, man.
And how do I tell the difference as the owner-operator of this cyborg technology? And no, cyborg is not the same as robot. I've told you all this before. A robot doesn't bleed, doesn't...
LASIK eye surgery. I used to call it laser eye surgery, but everyone was like, no, Steve, there's no such thing as laser eye surgery. Even though I think they use the laser for LASIK eye surgery. My mom got it, and she still needs glasses. So it was like 20 grand to like see without glasses for a number of years, and then her eyes got old, and now she needs glasses again. So that was a waste of money. I was thinking about getting it because I hate wearing glasses. It'd be nice to just like not wear glasses, you know. People wear glasses probably now. And whenever I try to buy contacts like online, my prescription is too bad to like there's no drop down option for my prescription. So I think I have to go to an actual eye doctor, which I'm not really gonna do to get contacts. And it's just yeah, I don't know. I guess life goes on. Not getting lasers in my eyes.
I still get my monthly cycle. I'm actually on it right now, sleeping in my car and with nowhere to go. But don't worry, I'm an above average clean person. So I regularly use baby wipes to clean myself, wash my hair, wash my face, brush my teeth, keep my vehicle vacuumed, going through the car wash, all of my belongings very neatly organized. I know that blood still comes from my arm.
Priorities. Blood, yeah, blood does come. How do we jump for that? Blood comes from my arm. Mm-hmm. She's all over the place.
I get a scratch. I know that I still get hungry. So I can't be a robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mouth still produces saliva.
These are good vital signs to see if we're alive or a robot.
Cyborg means that you have any implanted device in your body, medical or non-medical, that helps to improve or enhance your experience.
Who gave you this? Did you spit on it?
No.
Why is it all wet?
I hate you, dude. If you're not gonna eat it, I hate you.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna put my skirt on and go out.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $5. I'm way tired. Love you all and I'll see you next week. Smiling face with hearts revolving hearts revolving hearts.
Wow, thank you, Cindy. Thank you for the 5. I'll be back tomorrow as well because I still have to go back to my mom's apartment because all my stuff's there. So I have her keys, so she will get home and there will be no one to let her in, and she'll be like, "What's going on?" She comes back tomorrow though. They're supposed to stay till Sunday, but they want to sleep in their own bed before going back to work. So I will be back. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. Jake Tucker, thank you for the unk alert. I appreciate you.
A cyborg, by that definition, would technically be anyone who's had a hip or knee or other joint replacement.
Oh, but my point of saying all that is I won't be able to get through everything tonight. I'll have to dip at some point, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow.
Anyone in the audience who's had a new hip or a new knee? That technology has been on the market now for what, 30, 40 years?
I don't know how long. Daisy is good. Daisy's a really shy cat, you know. She's like kind of used to me now. She was coming up to me and smelling me and stuff. And she let me take a quick little video of her, so that was cool. I can show you guys. Let me find it.
Is there anyone running around threatening those people's lives because of their implant that they have? Why do you people keep on fucking with me?
Yeah, no, you don't have an implant. Oh my goodness.
Saying I'm a cyborg. I don't know that I'm a cyborg.
Nobody likes hard seltzer. Everyone prefers that shit flat. Fuck you mean? Who the fuck? Oh yes, please put bubbles in my water. Get the fuck out of here. Whoever woke up and said, you know, I think I'd like to feel bloated today. Feels like a great idea. Let's put some gas in my beverage.
At Velvet D3360 super chatted $4.99. Missed you, Steve. Thank you, McHufferton, for pacifying us. Smiling face with hearts, red heart, thumbs up, medium light skin tone, princess, medium light skin tone, dizzy, cold sweat, smile bomb, sparkles, Miss X. Did you give Daisy hugs and kisses for us?
She doesn't like being petted too much, but
hey, listen. And then they change Xavier. They allow him to force me to watch him treat other people nicely. I hate them.
Terrible.
At Dibberkitty706 super chatted $10. Yay. Feral Saturday. Partying face, Steve's the best. Heart hands.
Aw, thank you, Diva Kitty, for the 10, and thank you, Velvet, or not, yeah, Velvet, for the 5. I don't know why I read Velvet the second time. My brain was like, that doesn't say Velvet, but it does. I'm airdropping the video now. It's a 7-second video. It should have been airdropped way by now. It's because I'm streaming. For whatever reason, when I'm streaming, airdrops take forever. It's almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. I think I put this in the server too, but people have been talking to the server, so I don't know where to find it. This is the one video I was able to get a Daisy, because she's like hiding pretty much throughout the day. Why is my theme music so? Here we go. That's she's huge now. She's huge. Last time I saw her, she was a little baby. She was a little baby. Here, where is it? Right there. Oh, that's not it. Look. Look at the difference. That's not the right one. Look. It's been a while, guys, okay? It's been a while since I've been home. But yeah, the last time I saw her, she was just a little kitten like this, and now she's a big cat, and her tail's all fluffy and stuff. It's crazy. Crazy times. Crazy times. But yeah, the first day I was there, she just kind of like, I don't even know where she was hiding, but she was hiding, and now she's like going into the rooms and stuff and being like a normal cat. Yeah, she's super fluffy. I press play. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? Why is did my airdrop fuck everything up? Is my mouse broken? Why? Oh, sorry. That was me. I have to press this button sometimes.
Number 2, if I am a cyborg, are you being prejudiced against cyborgs?
No, that's not happening. Jesus Christ.
And if you are...
That was a nice palate cleanser with the cat.
Because you're under the understanding that it's possible that my cyborg eye might be watching you doing whatever it is that you've got going on, then...
I think that's where I got this. There was a lot of good options here.
Cyborg eye.
Oh, it isn't. She must say cyborg eye in another fucking part too. Where I like, I don't know. It's really crazy. How much is he going on about the cyborg guy this week?
Be watching you doing whatever it is that you've got going on, then why are you doing it? And if you don't have any way to stop what you're doing and you're afraid of my cyborg eye, I welcome you to please employ a better, more wealthy or resourceful individual who can get to the bottom of who is in charge of the cyborg eye, because I guarantee you...
It is this. That was it right there. That was this frame. What is this, Heather? What is going on here? I'm kind of concerned. I'm a little concerned. I don't get concerned.
Because I guarantee you, it's not me taking video footage and doing any edits in the background. I don't even know what software a cyborg eye would use. What software runs with a meta lens? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. But I know that it exists. I saw the Meta glasses launching as a brand new achievement at Best Buy, Harlem and Irving Mall, New Year's Eve 2021, I believe, or 22. And I already seen that technology in another demographic 3 or 4 years earlier. And you know what? A year ago, they started putting that in my Facebook algorithm. I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Another launch on this technology? It was new 10 years ago. What's new about it? What is new about it? You know? Maybe it's got new features or capabilities. I didn't really read the fine print. It's just these people
I don't fucking know. I was that interested. I didn't even read about it.
That when I say this shit exists, that I'm lying and that I'm some undercover, you know, special agent with connections to Russia or China or the United States. Who the fuck knows what they say to me? And if they were just saying it to me with no possible harm against me as a result of their thinking that, then I wouldn't really care that much. Okay, you're bullying me. You think I'm a cyborg. Ha ha ha. No, it's not been that. It's been, we think you're a fucking cyborg, bitch. We're gonna fucking bludgeon that camera out of your eye. And me crying and begging for help, saying, please, I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to defend myself. I
want all the smoke. I have an anger problem. And that still wasn't even the full story. Sorry, it's not how it went down.
Pain when you hit me. I bleed when you hit me.
They're causing me to have to urinate. They are remotely, with robotics, making me have to use the restroom at inopportune times when it is almost impossible. They have remotely forced me to urinate on myself in my car, remotely.
At X-Muffin super chatted $1.99. Eat it or I hate you hamburger late, but finally here heart hands light skin tone.
Thank you for the 2 eggs, McHuffin. I hope you're doing well.
Bruise when you hit me, please.
Remember when Spider-Man was like, punch me, I bleed. I think it was, I don't know. It was one of the Spider-Mans I didn't like. Tobey Maguire, the first Spider-Man was good, and then the other ones, I'm like, Dr. Octopus, and the third one is insane. The third one is super crazy.
Stop. And then they throw me into this space where my car payment is due.
They throw me into this space where my car payment is due. Like, we couldn't have anticipated when the fuck a car payment is due. It's not like it's the same day every month. Chris here, thank you for the high five.
Fucking way to pay right now. I had to request a deferment for this month. They took away my apartment.
Oh god. The locals and the deferments.
No one to call for help. I don't want them to hurt me anymore. Please. I don't know how to fight. I don't carry a weapon. I don't fucking harm anyone.
Then you shouldn't have talked so much shit pretending that you were or something. Not that I think anyone's even trying to harm Heather. I think it's mostly in her head, thank God. But you literally have threatened multiple people with a fucking knife. She started random shit. Or started shit with a random lady outside while she was at the dry bar. Don't touch my car again. The lady was like, what the fuck? I don't remember that. That was right before I left. I remember the dry bar. Where she flashed them? She flashed those people. She like, oh, look at my tatas. You're not going to be weird, right? Like, if someone said, you're not going to be weird, I'd probably be like, I'm kind of weird, but I don't know. I know what you're thinking. Probably not. And then if they flashed me, I'd say, what are you doing? What?
And then
that didn't give you permission for you to be weird, you fucking weirdo.
Want to use me for something else because they've already made the investment. The technology's already been installed and they don't want to lose their money. Well, this guy...
Oh, you're not going to be weird? Here, I'll be weird then.
Lost everything he made focusing on putting a cyborg eye on this lady without her permission.
Alright, we need that to be a soundbite too. There's going to be a lot of soundbites from this. What is happening right now? What is that accent?
Well, this guy lost everything he made focusing on putting a cyborg eye on this lady without her permission. So now we need to be able to human traffic her all over and use her fucking eye so we could get paid back. Because that was everything we've got. Oh, well, don't let my need to have a skull that's not fractured interfere with that. Don't let my 4 children's desire to actually know their mother interfere with that. God.
Okay, this is not because of a cyborg eye and people being so angry that they're bashing it out of your head. This is, like I said before, you making bad decisions. And this sometimes is the result of really bad decisions, unfortunately. And that's why they're called bad decisions. So, like, the outcome to some of these bad decisions have been bad. Could you imagine? Anyways, I'm not trying to say that she should have been bludgeoned. No, that's bad. But at the same time, this is crazy. This is extra crazy.
Fucking forbid!
It's like extra cuckoo in our Cocoa Puffs. I'm scared to guess.
And if it's not that the cyborg eye was for my protection, or it was for someone else's protection, or for someone else's deception, or whatever the fuck, then here comes the guilt trip against Heather that I should do something better. Why am I not just doing something else? What in the fuck would you like me to do? I need to make money. I have 4 babies. 4 of them. Viviana, Lewis, Alexis, Weston, 4. And I'm Heather. And I have...
Yeah, I know you're Heather.
Xavier, who hasn't been permitted to make a fucking penny in years.
I thought he got a disability check that you stole from him. I'm glad she clarified, though. I'm Heather. There's a guy named Xavier. There's a camera eye. Why doesn't Xavier have a camera eye? Xavier gets up to nefarious
So anyways, I drive to
stuff too. Maybe more nefarious stuff than Heather these days.
Geneva or Galena? Geneva?
The Geneva Convention?
Gurney, my bad, yesterday. And it was one of the most peaceful days, the majority of the day, that I've had in quite some time. You know, very, very long time. And I felt indifferent, dare I say, peaceful for a few periods throughout that day. Even loved and supported for a few minutes. I might be losing touch with those feelings because I've experienced them so little over the last decade.
I thought you were gonna say over the past time that Xavier's been missing, but the decade, wow.
And so I felt like it was, you know, a good day. And I pull up to this place and they start making me, you know, laying into me. Oh, do you remember when you went here with Dylan and the group from the renewable energy team? Yeah, I remember. What about it? Do you remember when he made you ride the giant drop and you said you hated that ride and it's the only ride you don't like here? Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember. And then look at what he did to you. It was like a forewarning.
This is how the voices in her head talk? Like a mean girl? Or like one of the Kardashians or something? Is that how the Kardashians talk? Just really like this and fucking annoying as shit.
Thanks. Did you drive me all the way up here so that... Oh, and then the lady with the face thing pounding on my car at O'Hare a year ago pulls up in a fucking full police costume with a badge and a body camera. Says she's Gurney police now. So there's an individual with what I've referred to as face melt filter coming and pounding on my car a year ago, who now is no longer a parking agent at the airport, but is a cop in Gurney. Coming up to my car, trying to start some shit.
Was this when you were climbing the globe? Is the globe in Gurney? Because I could see her being like, you can't climb that. It's dangerous. We don't want to get a lawsuit, so don't do that. And people get different jobs. If they're in the same area, maybe like, dude, this isn't that deep.
And I'm just sitting there.
The face melt filter is deep. I don't know what's going on there. It's like she's on mushrooms or something.
I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm trying to watch the roller coasters and just take a few moments, you know? You know what? Fuck it. I put it in park. I just drive away. And then back to waiting.
You can't drive away in park.
Gas that I do not have and money that I do not fucking have. And it's similar when I'm in the city. If I am not moving, they are fucking with me. And I'm going to run out of gas soon. And I'm going to run out of, I've already run out of places. I don't know, you know?
I don't know.
I hope I could start working tomorrow.
Does she start working? I mean, maybe a job would take her mind off everything. It didn't work, obviously. She went live today saying everything except the cyborg guy. This is all new to me, even though I titled the thing it. Because like I said, I was just looking for a crazy face, and then I heard cyborg guy. I didn't know it got this deep. There's cyborg guy.
I'm afraid.
Right? It makes me feel like my crazy is manageable. I'm probably not normal. I don't feel normal. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I probably overreact to stupid things sometimes. And then I cope and I say, that's just a human condition. But probably not. I probably just need to get my shit together. But I'm nowhere near this. This is insane.
I miss my kids. I just stood back up. And I want to remind you that when I say stood back up, my life was working 7 out of 7 days a week to purchase $5 worth of beverages and about $7 worth of food each day.
What about the Botox and all the other crap?
No fancy dinners. No dates.
The $100 steak, dude?
No vacations.
You guys went on a date. It was a really trashy date, but you guys were Pablo Escobaring it up and fucking going to the club.
No.
You guys went to the beach.
Trips to, the Dells or Six Flags or not even a fucking...
You went to Nordstrom's.
Pool day. Not a single one. Nothing. I just stood back up.
Okay. She wouldn't want to hear this, but she's not here. If you fuck up your life to a certain point, it's gonna take more and more effort to dig yourself out of that hole, right? Like, we're way down here. We lost the apartment. We spent all the money. We got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. You're bitching that you haven't had a pool day, which you technically did have. You went to the beach, remember? With Xavier, who's doing the Australian accent. So what the fuck do you want our empathy for, or sympathy, or whatever we're fishing for? Like, it's sad, but we watched you get here. Everyone yelled at you saying, don't do this. This is not the way. Haters and supporters alike said, this is not the way. And you said, you don't fucking know what you're talking about. I'm another lesbian. I'm gonna get shit done. Yeah? Yeah? When? How? Like, what the fuck, dude? It just, the crying, there's no space for it here for me anyways. I don't know. I don't like it.
I've been sleeping on an air mattress in an apartment with a tiny little sofa that I paid $700 for. That's all that I had in the world besides what I have in this car right now.
We could have bought some stuff.
I purchased all of Weston's playpen, his crib, the shelves that I bought for him, all of that. I had to throw it all away unused. Never once, not a single use. Not because I did something wrong.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you what?
Pancakes are my favorite food. I love them so much. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have pancakes and smoked duster all day. Woo! It's a turn up.
I don't do
At
drugs, by the way.
Muffin super chatted $4.99. She just spent $100 on a haircut. STFU. When have I done that? Never. Cry me a river straight to some personal responsibility.
Exactly. Thank you, Eggs McCuppin, for the 5. No, but yeah, some accountability. It would be different if she was crying, saying like, look, guys, I really fucked up, and I don't know how things got this bad. I really need to, I don't know, I need to get some help. You know what I mean? Then I might actually feel something for her. But she's doing all this to be like, and I didn't even do anything wrong. You did. And fucking so many times, dude. So many fucking times. You've had so many chances. And I even said this before, too. I was like, if she actually gets her kid back because she follows through with the NA meetings, and she goes to therapy and she gets a normal job, which she did have for a little bit, and she just does what she's supposed to do, then she should have her kid. And people won't like me saying that, and people will be mad because they won't want to see Heather Gillespie, a terrible person, have her kid. But like, she didn't do it. She didn't fucking do it. So I don't have any sympathy. If she was actually trying, that would be different. She clearly hasn't been. She does whatever the fuck she wants, and then when things get really bad and overwhelming and she looks around and she's like, oh my life is shit, it's because you don't listen to anybody. It's because you won't fucking sacrifice anything for your kids that you claim to love so much. I hate it. She's a shit mother. She's a shit person.
But let them tell it, you know? So, anyway,
I go return thing for the 100. I just want like a little bit, so a little bit of accountability. And we can start there and see where we go.
I just hope that
We got zero.
someone is
Zilch,
able
nada.
to save all of these circulations, you know, so that I can have proof. Because, as I said, they removed my access to the One Heather GEE account same year, 2021, I believe. I created a new one. I think I had probably 9,000 or 10,000 followers on that account, and they deleted it on Easter right after Wesson was born. I had daily updates. It gets
On what? The Coco Chanel YSL one? Because the One Heather GE is still up.
I know for fact that they can still find it. I know that there is definite proof of every video I made. But
I mean, yeah, I was saying Local Coco. I was covering the Tent Saga. We Are BCG. I think I have their channel linked because I just reuse the settings of last week's and bring it into this one. They have Tent Saga videos. Yeah, no, I mean, it's still on the internet. I said this before too. It doesn't make your case any better. They're actually using those videos against you in court, but okay.
for me to reference to anyone in the general public who I'm discussing things with.
It's like those quack scientists who were like, I'm not going to submit my paper for peer review. I'm just going to spread a whole bunch of misinformation online and try to get people against the scientific community because I have some fucking big out there theories. No, you're just a crazy person.
Trying to show them, you know, what went on, or asking for help with funding or to buy a house or for a job. You know, a lot of my employers, they want to know what happened. I've had probably 20.
Oh man, she better not be telling her employers about any of this stuff. That's gonna, they won't hire her.
Jobs. I'm a phenomenal employee. Go look at my LinkedIn.
Is her resume just a whole bunch of Instagram accounts? That'd be insane.
LinkedIn is Heather Gillespie, linkedin.com/GoPro Solo. Go ahead and look at all of my experience. I'm a fucking superstar at a million different types of work. Marketing, sales, healthcare, advocacy, promotional model, spokesmodel, multi-specialty hospitality. I didn't go into the restaurant with all of this experience and snub any position in there. I said, you want me as a bartender? I got you. You want me to serve tables? No problem. You want me to take orders? I'll do that too. Oh.
Are we mad about Spin?
stand in the kitchen and wait for them to hand me a plate of food and then go walk around and pass it to people? Not a problem. You want me to be upstairs as the hostess taking people's coats? For sure. For a year, I worked every fucking position that they asked me to work. Every position.
Okay.
I just stood back up.
She thinks it's like an inspirational speech. I just stood back up. That's what it'd be titled. Her TED Talk. Don't giraffes walk as soon as they're born or something? That's crazy to me. That a giraffe can walk when it's born. Has nothing to do with Heather. I just thought about that. I just stood back. Heather would be the most over-dramatic giraffe you've ever seen.
Drive around that area in Gurnee and I see everyone like living this like calm life.
Because you're not there.
There's in the garage. There's a lot of people who have campers. You know, maybe they've got a family member staying there in the driveway or, you know, what have you.
No, that's where they can go on trips. No one's living in them in the driveway. Oh my god, do they? I don't know. I don't think so. That would be a terrible life.
A lot of like just peacefulness, you know, coolers with picnic tables set up in the driveways, and it just looks like totally just chill, you know, and relaxed. Family looking environments, American flags hanging all over the place. Yeah. American dream, America. And I'm like, I could live here.
Yeah, I could go see a nice place and say I could live here too. What the fuck?
At this point, I could live in that fucking shed right there and turn it into a luxury bedroom. Help, you know? But I guess they don't want that for me because I'm back here.
She really wants someone to give her a shed?
Have you guys ever go fishing and you go deep water fishing and you use one of those heavy duty, like commercial grade fishing poles that you have to put on a stand and secure because the weight of the fish will pull your whole boat if you're not careful?
No.
Definitely take a man overboard if you're not careful, or maybe a harness. And
No, I've never fished with a harness. I don't have a boat. What are you talking about right now, Heather?
Line catches and you...
I don't think this is, I don't know, maybe a lot of people do have boats, but I don't know anybody.
To reel it back in, you have to do so strategically, right? You have to reel it in a little so you don't break the line, but you've got to reel it in. You can't, you know, let it stay out there, right?
I was thinking about Brooke Shed, but I was like, they might not know who Brooke is. Even though I've already talked about her, but I don't know.
I am not a fucking fish. I am a mermaid.
Oh my god, she said she wasn't a mermaid. She's like, I'm not a fucking mermaid. And I was like, I didn't think you were a mermaid, but now she said she is a mermaid. It's hard for me to follow you guys.
If anything, I'm a human for anyone who's running deceptive policy.
I have to find it now. I swear to God, she's like, I'm not a fucking mermaid.
But in that metaphor, in that world, I am a mermaid. And you've got me by my fin. And you're fucking reeling me in, and it hurts a lot. And I would like you to let me the fuck go.
Hold on there, Heather.
I'm not some fucking weird mermaid. I'm a human being. All of these creeps following us around with this fucking narrative, the witches and the warlocks. I'm not a part of that.
Heather. So she is a mermaid, she's not a mermaid? I don't know. Well. A merman?
I need a new house. I need to pay my car. I deferred this month's payment to the end of my auto loan. I've been calling them for a week and the calls never go through. They just say, oh, the business hours are 9 to 5 and you're calling at 2:30. So no one's here. What? 2:30 is between the hours of 9 to 5.
2:30 in the morning?
3 o'clock is between the hours of 9 to 5, right? And they're doing the same thing with my insurance. They're sending me little updates.
Maybe it's the wrong day. Maybe it's like 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and she's calling on a Saturday, but she hangs up before she hears the days of the week or something.
Writing that change, you know, whenever I guess whenever, I don't know who controls when it changes. I really don't know, but it's very difficult for me to find any sort of calm or peace or direction in these kinds of, you know, situations. But I know that there are transcripts being created from these lives, especially once the authority deems that I'm not doing this for entertainment and that everything I've said is because it is looking and feeling like there's something going on here, you know? Most of the time, they don't let me be afraid of it. Most of the time, they don't let me be scared of it. So if you care about...
Why don't you just go to the hospital? Go to a hospital, not in Chicago, I guess, since you think Chicago is a part of this whole conspiracy. And, like, I don't think she would believe them, though, either way. I really think that she would just argue with them. They'd say, look, here's the x-rays. There's no cyborg eye. There's nothing in your neck. There's no lines in your body. And she'd say, they showed me some other person's x-rays and yada, 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 yada. And of course they wouldn't tell me because then they wouldn't be able to use me for undercover operations and make me a mole and shit. You know? Like, I don't know. Conservatorship. That's like my new thing. That's the only thing I think that will solve anything. Really, I can't think of anything else.
And it scares you to see this, please don't be scared. Just help me.
There used to be a time I thought that Heather could maybe just fix things herself. Like if she actually acknowledged that there was something wrong with her and went and sought help. But I think we're so far gone. I think we're so far past that point.
I don't know if you know how or what. I don't want my kids to ever get scared or anyone else. But I'm scared, you know?
Yeah,
right
call
now.
them fake doctors. Oh. Fake doctors, fake police.
I hang up, they'll probably make me calm again. I just want to go home. I need a home. So worried about my whole family, you know, of course, but I'm worried about Xavier too. It's like they tell me to say bye to him, you know, and to say bye to him that he's never going to be back the way that he was. And then they don't offer me explanation for any of it. But he's always there, you know, but then he's weird. But then some days I could see him in there. When I talk to him, I could feel him in there.
Maybe don't yell at him all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's like some things the human doctor, some things the vet.
So
anything from the lower half down, you gotta go to the vet.
Anyways. Hopefully they'll call me back about the job, you know.
Yeah, hopefully. That's a crazy pivot.
And I could start working there tomorrow. But I really don't know. I do not know. There is no one in my local community who has not openly accused me of being a cyborg. And if there are versions of me walking around or using my identity that do not have any sort of AI upgrades or technology or what have you, they could very possibly get in the way and get harmed. I don't like the way this situation has been handled at all.
So she can make sure she's not a cyborg, because cyborgs don't cry tears.
And And I feel like that we need an
I mean, sorry, a robot. She is a cyborg. She's not a robot. I messed that up.
upgrade immediately. In 2026, you do not need to have a camera lens in your eye for any reason. I mean, not in your eye. I mean, you don't need to have a human being running surveillance for you for any reason. Why? Because in 2026, you have things like camera surveillance everywhere you fucking look. Every traffic light has camera surveillance, every business, most houses, the Nest camera, all of the other formatted cameras, home security systems, home surveillance systems. There's a camera in your pen. There's a camera in your phone. There's a camera in your LCD screen.
There's no camera in my pens. They're pretty cheap pens. What up? Oh, someone's calling her. Camera in your ass.
Going to...
I don't know why. Yeah, you get the learning channel. So when you're becoming an astronaut, you gotta apparently look at a camera and your ass in a camera to shit because it's like hard to do in space or something. I don't know. That's what I heard. And it sounds crazy.
My doctor, who we've both agreed, like, this is... He literally looked at me and he's like...
Oh yeah, flat cams, I've heard are pretty bad.
Are you taking this medicine? Like, seriously? Like
no one likes them.
Is this, like, we're both just kind of like, at this point, what in the fuck is even going on anymore? Like, this is insane, you know? Like, what do we do? How do we even proceed from here? Like, who's running the show this week? Like, who even knows? You know, we know each other well, and, you know, and I'm not talking about in any sort of perverted way. I'm talking about a mutual respect and, you know, an understanding of understanding, right? And this is just a joke, you know, this whole fucking thing is a joke. It's been a joke, and not a joke like the funny kind, a joke like you have to laugh to keep yourself from crying at how inhumane, unethical, and just unlawful this entire thing has been. And to the point, before I get off of here for a minute,
for a minute though, you weren't even halfway. Jesus, jumping.
My funding is running low. My patients are running low, and I'm not talking about normal tolerance to external stimuli. I'm talking about my ability to continue seeing a hopeful future, my ability to withstand hunger, my ability to control the lines in from using in a deceptive or non-deceptive format my own likeness, body, personality, identity to communicate ideas that are not in alignment with my own. It's all affected, you know? Some days way more than others, and there seems to be an emergency response that's been deployed for the last week or so. I don't know why we would need to ever get to an emergency response of deployment. If this has been an ongoing issue for 6 years,
Yeah, no. I think the doctor who's prescribing her Adderall should fucking lose their medical license. Absolutely.
Finding it to be a bit concerning that there's been no solution. That's under the understanding that there aren't...
I don't think it takes a rocket scientist. I don't think it takes a psychologist to see that, or psychiatrist, whoever the fuck makes those decisions.
Many other people dealing with similar circumstances. And that's not an ego thing that I've got going on. That's an isolation thing that I've got going on. So I've not been permitted much interaction with any other person who's experienced anything like this at all.
Yeah, no, I've heard lots of examples actually where flat cams are just framing innocent people, and then they have to jump through hoops and really, really have to show that they weren't there, and the police just don't care. They don't care about their alibis. They don't care if they have like counter evidence. They'll make it super hard. Cops suck a lot of the time. It sucks that we need them. You know, if people were just normal, we wouldn't need police, would we?
At all. So most of what I know is being communicated through real life experience and being, you know, metaphorically blind and deaf to a lot of other things, so that I have no choice but to focus on what's happening with me. And so
she references the DSM-5 a lot. A lot of these fucking locals do, and I think what they do is probably look up to see what the symptoms of ADHD are or whatever, and then pose as having it. So a doctor will prescribe them pills, and a doctor that's fucking not really there anyways. They don't really give a fuck what they're doing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, you're matching all the criteria, so let me just write you this script and you can get out of my office. That's what I think is probably happening here. I hope that no doctor would willingly give someone this fucking crazy Adderall because they're like, well, they're going to keep coming back for it, because that would be just terrible.
You know,
either way, you should still know better.
That's the update. And then with regards to the socials, that day by day video kind of journey of what was going on while I was pregnant with Weston that was removed, that was hosted on Instagram and removed on Easter Day 2024, if anyone wants to recover that. I perceive that
you're just requesting people get your deleted videos now. I wasn't paying attention. Something about Easter. It was taken down on Easter. I don't know when it was up. Why? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
people were
Doesn't matter right now.
responsible for that were probably affiliated or associated to the church St. James, downtown Chicago on I think it's Huron and Superior, in between Huron and Superior, I believe.
I don't know her doctor's name.
Probably at Wells, maybe somewhere in that area. And I do believe that there was, an issue there. I went there to take the court-ordered drug addiction classes that I've never been addicted to a drug, but I had to take them as one of the hoops they were forcing me to jump through for my visits. And that's where, at that church. So, if you're going to recover that Insta, that would be, where I would start. Easter Day 2024, around 9 a.m. is when it was taken off of line. And then the other one, My Brand Is Not For Sale, where I've been doing daily updates, documenting day by day what's been going on, how many lines have been here, protrusions on the side of my neck, variations in my voice, tone, cadence, dialect. That one was taken off of line 2 days ago. I don't know by who. It's definitely pertinent to understanding and keeping track of everything that's been going on. There used to be Teslas and Jeeps following me. Now I've got a team of Genesis Bentleys following me. Does that mean I'm going up in the world? Is that what that means?
No.
What comes next? Do I get Rolls Royces next or what? What is it? Flying cars, spaceships? What's going on? So yeah, there's definitely been some Bentleys. Yesterday there was a Bentley Genesis following me, and there used to be a short black man who resembled that black man from Shark Tank who would drive that car. He would come into my neighborhood.
I can't remember. Damien. Can't remember his last name. Fuck. I think he made FUBU, right? He made FUBU. I know who she's talking about.
Xavier and I have been together through all of this, and I don't have any sexual relationship with anyone other than Xavier. And Xavier and I have not been intimate in a little over a month, maybe 2 at this point. But yesterday, while I was driving far, I'm talking about, I think I was north of Chicago Executive Private Airline, probably about 15 miles north, maybe more. And I turned around, and I promise you, there was not Lori from Shark Tank. There was like a doppelganger version of that older lady.
Fuck, what? I haven't seen Shark Tank in a really long time. I know her. Can't remember her name.
Who you know, the black guy with the bald head who does Shark Tank?
Yes.
That, some look-alike version of that is usually who drives that white Bentley Genesis. And then...
Is it Barb? I think it's Barb.
Yesterday,
yeah, Barbara. Thank you.
Is the lady, not Lori, not the younger lady with the long hair, but the lady that's a little older than her with the short hair. Or maybe she's not older. I don't mean to say...
No, she's older.
I don't want to offend anyone or hurt anyone's feelings or be mean or anything like that. My point is, as soon as I called it out, she turned off quick into a shopping mall. And I said, what the fuck is going on? You know, in 2019, I was recording myself being stalked and surrounded by Teslas and Jeeps. You know, now I get Bentleys. Wow. I mean, I feel honored, truly. Thank you. So, anyways, that's what's going on. And, you know,
it's Mr. Wonderful Show, apparently.
I'll check in with you guys later.
Okay. So, I mean, I think this is a short one, but then I should probably wrap it up because it's past midnight and I have to still go back to the other side of the city to come back here tomorrow. But this is her LinkedIn video, I think. Let Coco grab this. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm curious to see what she's posting to LinkedIn.
Wanted to take a second. I don't usually do videos on my LinkedIn, but hi, how's it going?
So this is businesswoman Heather. Remember she said she brainwashed herself to be a businesswoman? Let's see what this is like. Hopefully nothing about camera eyes or nefarious things of that nature.
You can see I've got my extra dark eyebrows on if you need to know how I look with...
Oh, I think this is how she normally looks, actually. Like, this isn't mirrored because the tattoo's on the other side.
Then please reference my Instagram page or my Facebook. If I'm ever lost or missing or you're trying to identify me, you can find photos of me with a fresh face as well as with full makeup there. I just wanted to jump on really quick and say hello to everyone. I am struggling, okay? I have gone through it all. On my Instagram, the direct link can...
George, thank you for the gold coin.
Be found there. There are definitely some things going on that do not take place in normal society, and I just wanted to bring them to light in an effort to have some sort of solutions and resolution. My name is Heather Gillespie. I have 10 plus years background in healthcare advocacy, ethics, law, new business development. I've also worked in numerous other roles, including but not limited to promotions, promotional modeling, spokes modeling. I have a formal background in healthcare administration with a focus on medical law and ethics. I worked at Northwestern Hospital for 6 years under Doctors Renee Aronson, Linda Maletti, and Carly Scamra as my primary 3 physicians. And I have been working with between, I would say, 20 and 30 of their physicians on a part-time or full-time basis, depending on the day, you know, intermittently. So some of them would call on me for diabetic education. I'm sorry, not a full-time basis, a part-time kind of as-needed basis. Maletti, Scamra, and Renee Aronson were my 3 full-time doctors, and then I also acquired Susan Burke during that time, and did a lot of stand-in for Walter Stoller during the period of time that his assistant was on maternity leave. So I did have 5 full-time doctors at one point there, and I am fabulous at anticipating the needs of others and handling all sorts of business. And I am eagerly awaiting the next portion of my career to start. I was driving delivery services and human transportation services through Uber and Lyft for the last 2 years. Prior to that, I was doing some other promotional modeling and some various self-employment endeavors and opportunities. I have about a year in between where I was doing multi-role hospitality, so everything from front-end, back-end manager, bartender.
There's enough front-end or back-end manager, what?
You know, floor supervising, putting up ping pong tables and event coordination.
She worked at fucking, I always want to call it Pong, Spin.
And all, you know, responsibilities that you could think of within that role. So that was fantastic to do. I felt like it was actually a period of time in which I was able to gain a lot of insight for what those people go through in that field. I was promised a healthcare consulting job to be kind of on the front lines of things as lines of questioning continue to pour in with regards to the morality and ethicalness of a lot of the things that have gone on in healthcare, especially with the Mark Zuckerberg, Priscilla Chan initiative to end.
Okay. Yeah, anyone who's on LinkedIn, they would have been last year. They would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about now?
Eliminate or cure all diseases by the...
This is never going to be at a part of any fucking job in Chicago. They're never going to be like, oh, the Mark Zuckerberg, the Channing Initiative, to the blah, 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 blah. She should have ended this like a minute ago, and it would have been probably fine. She didn't sound too crazy. She sounded actually kind of coherent
end of this
for a bit.
Century. There are people asking...
No one is asking. There's thoughts of the morality of healthcare.
All over the place. There are so many inquiries, and I know that the doctors are very busy with other lines of questioning from more of a personal perspective.
It'll be the same time tomorrow's at 9:30.
I'm sure. And so in an effort to keep everyone on their best A game and able to see patients to date, while also responding to questions, I'm sure they've got depositions and all this other stuff. I have been employed as a resource to be on the front lines of those lines of questions. So if you see me or hear more about me, I do have a much specialized focus in billing, coding, medical law, and ethics, a lot of strategy and practical implementation of electronic medical records, along with coordination of open API systems that allow for pharmaceutical records, other doctor's offices.
Can't see her eyes.
Specialists involved in care teams, depositions with regards to medical malpractice lawsuits or the defense of physicians or patients in either of those things. So I'm very excited for that role and very hopeful that I'll be able to begin shortly. In the meantime, I have secured a position as a cashier in another business, but I have not been given my start date yet. I know my hours, but not my start date. So in this period of...
Well, how does that work?
7 days since my last full-time day of work. Last Monday at approximately 11:30, all of my driving applications were frozen.
Probably don't even need to mention this.
Began to offer personal driving services to and from the Executive Chicago Airport, O'Hare Airport, Midway Airport, as well as several...
You didn't drive a single person, right? Why are we even putting this on the video resume?
Other private airports only in the north areas. I've not done any driving to Gary as of lately. I have taken that ride before, but I am focusing now on the north areas. So if you need that sort of service, please feel free to send me an email to my email address, which is also listed here, and I will insert below as well.
Hey, I got fired from every single driving app, so if you want to give me $50 to drive it to the airport, which seems like a totally good idea, guys, hit me up.
Listen. It's organic. It's organic. Organic vodka made from potatoes. Potatoes that are organic.
At Featherjackatucker super chatted $1.99. She is so full of crap that her tooth is brown.
I think you check the trucker, yeah, or the crown or whatever.
There is a flat rate for those rides, and same-day bookings do require an elevation in the rate. So let me know if anyone needs a ride. I am typically always in my vehicle waiting on those opportunities.
We don't have anywhere else to go.
And it's also a gorgeous ride to a lot of those airports. If you are city-based, you will understand. If you take that ride into the north suburbs, there's just a lot of peace in those rides. So,
Healing her, thank you for the alert.
Anyhow, I hope everyone is doing great. I just wanted to jump on and touch base and say, please review my Instagram.
No, why? Why would you tell people on LinkedIn to look at your fucking Instagram? You're never getting a job. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Video that I just posted that will have a lot.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, if she's living out of the car, it does probably stink. Oh my god. I wonder if like I've ever taken an Uber that someone has been living out of their car and
more information on the...
I feel like I would know. I should probably know. I don't think so.
Updates of things I've been experiencing daily. It has been a rough few weeks, you guys. Oh my gosh. So that's where I've been documenting everything and keeping track, and I hope that everyone is having the best day ever, and you know, everyone is on the same page. I know that we are all not on the same page today, but that is the effort and that is the goal. So stay aligned and stay, you know, non-predatory, and please try to practice, you know, moral and ethical decision making.
Okay, that's where we're gonna cap it for right now. And we'll go an hour and 34 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's okay though. That is okay. If we really need to, we can push it into Sunday. I can go later tomorrow. Like I said, I just don't want to. I don't want it to be like 3 in the morning when I get back, and I'm gonna have to get up early to do cat stuff. I gotta feed them in the morning and stuff. So I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully she's quiet. I won't be able to snipe her until, I don't know. I won't be able to snipe her for most of the day tomorrow because I don't know like exactly when my mom's coming back, and that would be crazy. I want all my stuff packed to basically just get the fuck out of there. So that's the plan, Stans. All right, guys. We're gonna break. I'll see you guys in less than 24 hours, maybe before that. And yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. All the juiciest stuff. I don't know much about that stream. I don't know about any of the streams really this week, but that was extra crazy. I heard the other ones were even crazier though. So tomorrow should be better, is my anticipation. I think tomorrow has even more juicier stuff. If you're down for that, so I'll see you then. Toodles, guys. Toodles for now.